Hello and welcome to Don't Kill My Character presents Superhero Origins Issue 1, a Mutants and Masterminds game. I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, also Don't Kill My Character, so you'll see me as DKMC RPGs in chat tonight, and I'm so excited to have you here. This episode that we are doing, Superhero Origins, is a prequel adventure to our Superhero Shenanigans campaign that will be launching live in 2025, but you're here with us right now for a bunch of really fun one-shot prequels that'll be kind of every other-ish Saturday between November and December. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to toss it over to Claude now, our incredible game master.
Hello, and welcome everyone. We are playing Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition today by our awesome friends over at Green Ronin. It's just your basics. It's a D20 system. They will be rolling to hit certain DCs that I set, and they will have hero points to kind of alter things and help them in different ways. They know how those work, mostly, and they are free to float those ideas at me. They want.
Thank you so much. We have a hype train incoming already. We've gotten a ton of subs. Thank you, Slayer Case, for subscribing. Thank you, Green Ronin Publishing, the makers of Mutants and Masterminds, for gifting subs.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank y'all.
Yeah, we're close to a hype train. So if someone gives bits, Slayer Case has said next person to give bits gets a shout out on his channel, and he has a really awesome, incredible community. So, wow, hype train! I love you guys. Hype it up.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Go the true heroes. The chat.
And speaking of Green Ronin Publishing being in chat tonight, they have also very kindly given us a bunch of codes for books that we can, PDFs of Mutants and Masterminds that we can give away. So we're going to be giving away 2 tonight during the break, and oh my gosh, we're at a hype train already. I think this might be the first hype train we've ever had on the channel, and we're 2 years old. Thank you so much, guys! Thank you, Devious Hearts! Wow, this is fun. This is gonna be really fun for the YouTube when I try to...
Try to get some composure. Yeah, okay, well that is a fantastic start. I'm just gonna let the players introduce themselves real quick as we wrap our minds around how awesome chat is for a second. And we will start... Oh, that's fun. Let's start with Grant, and then, because of how things are ordered for me, and then I'll have him choose who to bounce it to. Grant, tell us yourself, a little bit about yourself, and your character, just a tiny abbreviated version of it.
All right. My name's Grant. I'm at Nerdith on most socials. Live in California, huge nerd. And I am playing Revenant, who is a shadow controller who has a little bit of baggage, but we work through it with sarcasm.
The best weapon to wield.
And I will pass it over to Sam.
All right. I feel like a little baggage is a bit of an understatement about your character, but you know. I'm
Shots
Sam.
are already being fired.
Always. I'm Sam. You can find me on threads at server.sam. I run a small podcast network called Atomic Broadcasting, where we do actual plays similar to this, just audio stuff, and I'm also writing a couple of scripts there that should be out as audio things here shortly to listen to. Hopefully, we'll see. It's a fun journey. But I'm playing Bertram Blithely, aka the Spec. He is a detective superhero with the ability to shrink thanks to these bracers he found when he was mowing his lawn. And he's a pacifist who used to be a therapist.
Love it.
All right,
Kate, I'll pass it on to Kate.
That's me. I talked about myself a little bit before. I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, and also Don't Kill My Character. I produce and run this channel. Thank you so much for being here with a level 2 hype train. Oh my goodness, you guys rock so much. You can find me at conventions running some of the biggest cosplay meetups in the world. And you can find me running the coolest channel in the world with all the coolest people with me. And tonight I am going to be Marley, who also goes by Psyche later in the story, but I think tonight she's still gonna be Tracker. And she really just wants to be normal. Having powers is incredibly inconvenient to her life. And that's Marley. I'm going to pass it off to So Glad We Saved for Last, actually. Extol, welcome.
Hey everybody, my name is Extel. You can find me at Extra the King on the socials. I'm super excited to be here, first of all. And second of all, I'm playing Leo King, aka Ember, who, who let's see, for better or for worse, just bursted into flames one day while he was getting ready for a fight in his MMA career. So, that happens sometimes. And now he's a hero because he's awesome.
Of course, gonna do.
So thank you, and thank you for being here today. Extel is actually our first guest player, and he's such an early guest that he's beating some of the main cast here. So that is some initiative. But yes, thank you so much for being on today.
Very happy to be here.
With that,
Very
and Claude,
excited.
also, if you want to give me any vibes for the music, since I'm going to be running that with Songcraft, that was very coolly gifted to us by New Age Geeks channel. I'll give them a shout out right now. Please go check them out because they rock. Also, Joe of New Age Geeks is running our tech. Oh, I didn't do a shout out right.
Mostly chill at the beginning, but if you've got some good hero beats that are really like epic superhero scores, I'm all for it.
Is this a good chill?
This is pretty good. This is a good start.
We'll start with this for chill, and then we'll get in some super beats.
Remember. Yeah.
All right.
And with all those intros out of the way, and now the music being set, we're going to go and start this little adventure. So I often frame things in this game specifically as comic panels. So you will hear me describe things as being big splash pages or asking people to explain what it would look like in their scene whenever they're doing something. It's just a fun little bit of flavor that I think works really well for this system in particular. And yeah, so with that in mind, we open on the beautiful city, Emerald City. Emerald City is a city in the United States in Washington. It is very green, and it is almost certainly not just Seattle, but it's out there on the West Coast. It has had some very interesting semi-recent history, as there was a huge storm that empowered many of its residents. So it became kind of a hub of metahuman activity, but it kind of cooled somewhat recently. And that's actually going to be somewhat what this story focuses on, in a way. But one of the more noticeable aspects when you're entering the city would be on right next to one of the bridges as you're driving into this lovely city by the water. There is a giant metallic man, completely inert, standing there, hovering over. He was a creature that tried to destroy the world during the whole Silver Storm incident and was defeated by a group of heroes, not the ones that star in this story, but heroes that are no longer in this tale. And they left behind this shell as a nice little memorial. What happened at that time. Today, instead of those heroes, we will be seeing another one in her early days. We cut to a little outside of the university district and find Marley at the Tin Man coffee shop. It also has a giant silver man standing outside of it, but much smaller, maybe a foot taller than a normal person, rather than a giant thing standing in the bay. But we find Marley there today, and Marley, what are you doing? Tell us a little about yourself and what you look like.
Marley is drinking an herbal tea because caffeine makes her even more jittery than she already is. She is dressed pretty much like I am now, like trying to be a professional, but you see her for 5 minutes and there is a lack of confidence that should usually come with professionalism about her. She is either too early or too late. In this case, it seems like she's too early, but she also knows she's always going to be too early when it comes to meeting the friend that she's meeting. So she's just kind of sitting uncomfortably and not sure where her eyes should go because she doesn't want to stare at nothing because that's boring. But then if she stares at people and then the people stare back at her, that would be really awkward. But also, she's having a lot of emotions in her head around the people that are here too. And she might be trying to place which emotions are coming from which people, but then that also makes her upset. So she's trying really hard to just focus on her tea. She's having a great day, as always.
And as she's waiting here today, take us on a little trip down memory lane for her. Alluded to her powers, but when did those start showing up? How did she start using them?
Yeah, so she is meeting her friend Travis, who used to be the security guard at the college that she went to, that she dropped out of because it was really overwhelming. And that was the second college that she went to. And things are really overwhelming because she, like I said earlier, catches on to the emotions and sometimes thoughts and energies of the people around her. And at first, it was just, oh, Marley is a really emotional person. But then her therapist kind of helped her figure out that there might be a little more to it than just normal single human being emotions. When she doesn't use her powers, they get more overwhelming in her mind. And it's probably been a little bit because she doesn't like using her powers. She doesn't like having them. But Travis was one of the first people she met who also had powers and helped her find a way to use them a bit better. So when she feels overwhelmed, she usually texts Travis if they can meet up at the coffee shop.
And as you sit there, you would notice that it's not just you being early. I mean, you were because of who you are as a person, but it is actually a few minutes past whenever your friend's supposed to be here. And as you check the time, we kind of cut back. It's those nice sad panels of you sitting alone at a shop. It's fairly empty today, and a few people walk in. Suddenly, there's like 3 people. The little bell jingles whenever they come inside, and we shift to where Travis actually is. Travis, what's taking you so long, bud?
I'm sleeping through an alarm. I tend to
Just
be
the
a
way.
night owl, so meeting during the day has always caused issues.
And yeah, this is an afternoon meeting, so it's a little weird. It's like before any kind of late shift. Is Travis still working at the school where he met Marley?
No, he moved on. He actually probably got let go after the incident with Marley. He doesn't stay in jobs for very long just because of the nature of his powers. If he doesn't use them, shadows will start to like manipulate around people. People hear whispers around him, so they just kind of get creeped out, and eventually he just is either told you need to leave or he will read the room and just kind of be like, okay, it's time for me to move on.
Then for a bit of fun, what was his most recent job? Is he working one currently or just let go again? What's he been up to?
Probably his current job right now is security at a graveyard.
Oh, nice.
He's
Not too many people to bother.
not too many people to bother, and creepy things happen there anyways. So he thinks he's found his niche where it can be creepy around him, and nobody's gonna blame him.
That's very fair. Where is he? Is he staying at Ravens by any chance?
Right now, no, he is probably squatting in an apartment that was abandoned somewhere. He's still uncomfortable with the wealth that Raven has.
Very fair. Well, your alarm is ringing loudly and repeatedly. You
Yeah,
also have a few unread texts that would cut to the panels. You would see that it's like unknown numbers, but it's people, you know, from the messages, it's people that are attacking you a bit in the media, and maybe they've got your phone number again. And judging by the messages, these are people that would probably be sent by your sister, if anyone.
Yeah.
Not on purpose, but people who are, affiliated with her, that are kind of taking their shots at you.
Yeah, my lovely family drama.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah. I'd probably just be like, nah. Just like basically just deleting them without even reading them at this point.
Now, is Travis the type to name his alarms for what they're reminding him to do, or just has to
No,
work
that
on
would
that
take
old
extra
memory?
effort.
Yeah, I
It's just
understand. I
alarm
get
1,
it.
alarm 2, alarm 3, alarm 4, alarm 5.
I have personally named an alarm, and it has stayed that name for many other alarms that were not that thing. I know
Exactly.
exactly how that goes. Well, the time keeps on ticking as Marley is waiting, and we cut over to Bertram. What would Bertram be doing on a typical, let's call it a Saturday for the funs of it, afternoon? Talking like 3, 4-ish, and it's not quite late enough in the year on this coast to where it is dark at 4 o'clock. There's still a little bit of light out.
Well, Bertram probably has a meeting with a potential client shortly, so he is over at a nearby bagel place picking up a group of bagels because he heard you always have to have those set out for the best first impressions. So he always tries to pick some up. He's probably just texting with his wife, who's back at the office, about what to expect.
Looking for any specific sort of bagel today. There's people in the chat I know that are going to wonder about the food specifically, very specifically, and they know who they are. Yeah, what kind of food? You are tempted with a bagel dog. One does offer a bagel dog.
Bertram will definitely take at least one bagel dog for sure. Maybe like
Turkey bagel dog.
Yeah, like a meatball bagel and like garlic bagel and maybe a chili bagel or two. Lots of just variety packs that he's just finding.
Get a knowing smile from the older man at the counter. He's like, I got some clients coming in today, Bertram.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a little later than we normally get, but,
Usually
people
more
are
of one
coming.
of my morning people.
Yeah, Virginia's been trying to get some a little more range in our day, so it's not all just in the morning.
That's fair. Well, tell Virginia I said hey, and here, I'll toss in an extra bagel dog in case she wants.
Much obliged. That's very kind of you.
Has Bertram been given any details on?
No, maybe he got stuck in a bank robbery attempt earlier today, so he's just been going and trying to make time so he's not late.
Fair, that's fair. How about the cliff notes of that bank robbery today? What did you do?
Oh,
Free reign, no rolls.
Free reign. Okay. Well, he likes to shrink in when he can so that no one can see him. He's also very pacifistic, so he's not someone to just kind of jump in and start knocking skulls or whatever. So he has a trusty boomerang that he's a big fan of that he got from the land of the Trivites where he got his powers. And he would probably make best use of that to like knock weapons out of people's hands to cause general confusion and tripping when he can, so people might. I mean, it's not like unviolent, but so people might fall and hit their heads, stuff like that. That way the police can safely get in, or another hero might be able to.
Those good non-violent concussions. I gotcha.
Yeah, he's pretty good at like being able to sneak up,
and
grow behind someone, and like get them in a lock. That might just kind of take them down non-violently.
Perfect. Well, as we cut from you, a nice little splash of you remembering the early morning, and you sock one of them, pop up right behind him, and punch him. We'll cut to someone who's got a bit better form on those punches. Leo King, what are you up to?
Saturday afternoon, Leo's on a jog. wearing colored these like red and black colored workout clothes, and just jogging through the city. Uh, Obviously helps to like get cats out of trees whenever he can. But his identity is public, so it's like anybody comes up to him is like, "Hey, can you help me with the thing?" He will 100% do it, and then he just goes back to his jog, having a good time.
A lot of the stops today have been mostly kids actually that just want to like do pull-ups on your arm and things like that. Less so like come rescue our cat. One of them did that, like did actually go for the very typical rescue our cat, but then when got to the tree had to confess that like I just wanted to see if you'd come over and like chat with my friend. We're all
And
one of the kids. Oh, go ahead.
he does everything anybody asks him, as long as it's not a bad deed, he will do. Very much.
So your jog at this point would take you a little closer to the university area, and we will say as you're a little bit down the road, you can see on the sidewalk there's about like 3 guys that just kind of rush into a coffee shop, like a little rough in there. Nothing like it seemed a little unnatural, nothing too crazy, like violent, like oh we're rushing in here, but they're making a show of going in. So the door kind of swings open loudly. You hear the bell, and Marley, you actually see these are the 3 people that have entered your shop, and 2 of them are kind of larger guys. They're in jackets. They kind of just hang out, while another one of them goes up to the counter, who has slick back hair. It's like blonde, but it looks like it's dyed blonde, like a really flashy bleach blonde type. And he's got these really big looking gloves. You can mostly see them in silhouette because the guys are in front of him. But it seems like he's exchanging words with the person at the counter, and your emotional senses, uh, things have just gotten really heightened. And there is fear coming from the counter.
Well, fine. And Marley's going to duck around the corner, just towards wherever the bathroom is, and
I was about to say, there's
call.
only like one other person here. There's like you, another patron that's like on their laptop in the back corner, and then
Yeah.
the owner. There's a Starbase Coffee right down the road that's stealing all the business from Tin Man's, unfortunately.
And she's gonna call Travis. Hey,
Oh, what?
get here soon. We were supposed to meet for coffee, but now we're gonna be meeting because there's a thing happening, and it's very tense. It's just people are unhappy. And it looks bad, and it looks like you would enjoy it, and it looks like I really would not, but I'm going to help anyway, I guess, because that's what I do now. So get here soon so that you can help too. Thank you.
You both hear, Travis, you hear over the phone really loudly. There's like a hum suddenly, like a really quick hum that's speeding up, and then a crash. And what you would see if you duck around when that hum starts, Marley, is that a small little stool that had like little like coffee dispensers and things like that just exploded with the guy's glove face towards it. The slick back hair guy's glove is pointed at
Who
it. You can
texted?
see now it's pretty
Okay.
bulky.
I'm gonna text the group chat because something just exploded.
Okay, let me fix my hair and then I'll be there.
Oh, you do not have to fix
Priorities.
your hair. You have to get here. I do not want to handle anything by myself ever.
Marley, there will be press.
I hope not unless you bring them. Don't bring for once. Just don't. I'm gonna text
I already
the group
texted
chat.
them.
I'm getting. Get here. Get here. I don't want to deal with things on my own. I'm sorry. I'm getting tense because they're tense out there. Before he hangs
Leo,
up.
you would have heard that crash because it was not subtle, and it's
Mm.
on the way that you're running anyway.
I'm headed straight there. If I saw, if I saw these people run in kind of suspiciously, and then a loud noise, yeah, I'm headed towards it immediately.
And you can get a glimpse as you're running up on the side because it's the side of the wall and then the door there. You see that there are people like standing there. It doesn't look like there's many people as far as like patrons in there, but there are like three guys. It looks like just three of them that are in there, and someone on the counter is like really trying to put some space between her and the guy right there. And yeah, you reach the door.
I'll just step in. Like, does it seem? It doesn't seem like anybody else, like the other person that I see in there, is like reacting, right?
No, they have their headphones on and they're kind of facing the other wall. And yeah, if you had been there a second earlier, you would have seen someone else sitting who's now ducked and doing something else at the moment. But yeah, there's like one guy, looks like he's watching the guy with the headphones to make sure he doesn't have any reaction, and then the other one is staring straight at the door whenever you get there.
I will just walk in like a customer, but very loudly, so that I want everybody's attention right on me, essentially. And so I walk in and I just yell out, "Good morning! I'm here for some coffee."
Yeah, get in line, bub, says the guy at the counter, and you see the other two kind of like get at attention, and the owner seems a little bolstered by the fact that there's someone else here that looks like they can handle themselves. So she's like, all right, you need to go. Like you'll get your drink, you just need to go. And he's like, no, I'm not done yet. Sir, if you just excuse me, I'm having a little issue with the store's management at the moment. If you can just maybe come
Uh,
back in like 5 minutes.
I'll step closer and I'll just say, "Maybe I can help out. What seems to be the problem?"
I don't think you want to give me the kind of help I need because I'm here to pick up a payment from the young lady here. And unless you have some money that you'd like to give, a few hundred, then I think you can't help me, man. And you
A
see the
few
other two
hundred, you
kind
say?
of closing rank. Yeah.
I'll give like a quick glance. Like I don't like turn my head or anything, but I just look with my eyes at the other people. Does it seem like they're armed or anything?
Roll me a perception check.
Just a D20 is here, right?
Yep. 20 in your perception.
That's not the greatest roll ever. That's gonna be a 15.
A 15. They aren't like brandishing any weapons openly, but you can see spots where there would be some for sure. It's kind of hard to make out fully as far as the two other guys, but you can see when the first guy who's talking at the counter turned, he's wearing some kind of like gauntlet. That's clearly some kind of super tech of some sort. And he's like flexing it. It looks like he wants an excuse to use it, but yeah, he's like, your business isn't here, man. There's a Starbase coffee down the road, and it's probably better than what this dump has.
I like this place coffee pretty well, actually. I come here every morning. It's definitely a lie, but he doesn't care if they can tell or not. And I'll walk up to the counter and I'll look at the person behind the counter and I'll say, just completely ignoring these three, "Do you need help?"
And recognizing who you are, you can just see like she nods. And it looks like
I see
she's
an
looking to
opportunity.
you and then looking over there like, should I run? Like she's kind of trying to body language like, do I need to get out of here?
And this is just very much a a show of force rather than trying to be an escalation or anything. But it's just he looks at her and he goes, "Okay," and then turns around to the other ones and uh, for I don't know in character, I don't know anyone else is here, but for those who may be able to perceive emotions and whatnot, you would feel a very intense. You know the feeling when you're like when you were a kid and you're super happy and you just want to run around. You know, you just want to run and have fun.
Zoomies.
It's that. It's that coupled with unbridled confidence.
That's fun.
And then I will activate the first stage of my powers. This is just a show of force.
Gotcha. What flavor that for me? What does it look like? I know there's some visual aspects to this power as it gets further along, but what's that first stage look like?
For the first stage, it's like a rubbing of the hands, almost creating friction and stoking the flames a bit, so to speak. As the sort of sweat that was on him from the run starts to steam away.
I love that. That's hardcore. Yeah. Really great flavor from the start. I'm gonna go ahead and just because you're going right at it, I'm gonna give you a hero point. And as a good reminder, everyone, all of you start with 1 hero point. One of you is intentionally limiting your power in a way for this specific game, and they know who they are, so they get 2. But yeah, everyone starts with 1 hero point in this adventure, and then you just earned your first. Marley.
With this going on,
Yeah.
Marley sees an opportunity to get Travis here quicker and texts in the group chat, "Hey Travis, there's someone here who's more famous than you." And just sends that because she's feeling confident now. And she is going to peek around the corner as this is happening and target that lead guy who has the power glove that he seems to really want to use. And she's going to do a little bit of a stretch and yawn and use her sleepy time on him. Sleepy dreamy time is actually the name that we put on the character sheet for it.
Sleepy dreamy time.
Yep, she's gonna start sleepy dreamy time. Is that only one person at a time that I target with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Full target.
So she's gonna target that lead guy and try to make him feel a little bit sleepy.
A little bit sleepy. All right, what is the DC on that?
The DC on Marley's sleepy dreamy time. 18.
18. And what are the degrees?
So first degree is fatigued, second exhausted, third asleep, and it's resisted by will.
Okay. As all this is going on, there's like a slight like pulse of warmth that just began, and in almost a lizard-like way, he gets a little sleepy from the warmth. He doesn't fall asleep, but he does fail that first one, and he is fatigued. I will go ahead, since things are happening, we will roll our first initiative ever.
Ooh. Also, RC just gave next player who rolls a +5 circumstance bonus. I mean, we're all about to roll initiative, so I'll say if someone wants
I
to
was gonna
add
say,
it. And
yeah,
use...
we can do it for the next one.
Yeah. Okay. So if I'll leave that as like a table roll too. If someone's like, I want to grab that, grab it.
Okay.
All right. First roll as Marley on stream, nat 1.
Excellent.
But her initiative is +8, so it's a 9.
That
there
feels
you go.
fairly Marley like.
It does. I want to know
rolled
whose
a-
emotion to blame on Marley being really slow. Oh, you know what? Because she's just making someone tired, and that's kind of setting into her too.
Part of, yeah.
So,
She's also kind
yeah.
of slow to act because of it. What was
Yeah.
Leo's?
I rolled a 26 total. I rolled a net 18. It was a good time.
There
Nice.
you go. All right, and the other people. There's a little bit of group initiative going on here for two of them. And ooh, okay. So first up, Leo. You can see that after the display, these guys are definitely cowards, 100%. But they think three of them, oh, well, we've got this. And the one's feeling very confident with his love. So they look like they're getting ready to like fight. That's the initiative roll was them. Like this guy kind of presses a button and like things shift on his gauntlet, and another one like brushes a jacket back, and now you definitely see a gun there. So you go first though.
I think I'm gonna go for the person who pulled out a gun, because that seems
Pretty
more
breathing, yeah.
dangerous than knocking over a napkin container. You know, like it's
Just a little bit. Comparable, but not quite the same.
you know. So I'm gonna go for the person who has the gun first here. I'm gonna essentially just rush towards them, and it'll be for flavor's sake. It's a quick 1-2 right to the nose. You know.
I like it. Go ahead and give me that roll.
And if I'm correct, my unarmed goes down by 2 when activating this first stage. Lovely. So that'll be. Sorry, quick maths in my head. Not using my head. Not anymore. That'll be a 20 total. I rolled a 6.
20 total. That is a hit. And you've already flavored it. So yeah, you close the distance faster than they anticipated. He's like right reaching for his gun, and you are in his face. And just a quick 1-2, and yeah, his nose starts bleeding. His head snaps back, and he stumbles, hits the booth behind him, and just kind of slumps down. He's done.
And it's just immediately ready for the next one. That's what I do.
Okay. Next up is the guy with the gauntlet. So he turns, and this looks like a pretty little hefty thing. He's wearing a coat, hair slicked back. He's got a very, very nice style to him, actually. He's an attractive man. And he holds the button down, one next to his index finger, basically, and you hear that same hum you heard before, and a blast of kinetic energy launches in your direction. It's invisible, but you can kind of see that blur of like force happening.
Mm-hmm.
And he unleashes something that looks a lot like whenever Marvel's Shocker would do a blast.
Yes.
Got it.
Because that's how it works. That's who I am inside. So I got a 14 to hit your parry DC. And that'll be your parry plus 10. Whatever's listed as your parry, and you add 10.
Oh, got it. So that'll be a 22 total for my parry.
Okay. Yeah, it goes wide. He this kind of like launches back. It looks like he's new to this. But some mugs next to you explode on a shelf. He's still messing the joint up a little bit. And we'll go to the one that's still standing, who just saw his friend get knocked out before he pulled his gun, and he'll run up and try to punch you. Hey, slightly better rolls. So this is 17. I think your parry is probably the same as your dodge, actually. So
Yeah, the parry and dodge are both 12.
he just barely misses you, but you can see he reacts whenever he like punches and like tries to get you, his arm goes by you, and you see a flicker you've seen before on other people when they realize that like there's actual heat coming off of you, like punching you would have burned. You see him like, what? And they are now aware that they're messing with someone they probably shouldn't. And that brings us to last but not least, Carly.
So the way that this sleepy time works is I can focus on the same person and try to make them sleepier.
Yes, it is
Is it-
cumulative.
And that one is still up, that guy?
Yep.
So let's go
He's the
sleepy
one with the
again.
gauntlet.
Yep.
Hey.
And be like, oh, this is why I should have the tea with the caffeine. Because now I'm feeling sleepy and going last. But I'm going to try and send all that sleepy that I'm feeling over to him.
And you can feel coming off of him, like, the embarrassment of missing with that attack and just, like, thinking he's having a moment here fighting, like, a superhero. This is going to be great. And he actually resists any sort of tiredness with a nat 20.
So sad, but now I know if I do get you to fall asleep, what dreams I'm going to give you.
Do you speak in his mind at that point?
Oh, you know what is would
Walking's
you
a free
say
action.
that Leo is
Speaking
still
is,
feeling like very confident?
Oh yeah, it never goes away.
Yeah, then she's catching on Leo's confidence. I love it. Well, she's catching on Leo's confidence then. And she's gonna say that. She's gonna be like, yeah, she'll say exactly what I said. Well, once I do get you to fall asleep, that's all you're gonna be thinking of is just embarrassing yourself in front of heroes again and again and again. Just keep missing.
And you see, so you can broadcast, you can choose to broadcast to one person or a wider area with your mental communication. Does everyone hear you say that to him, or is it just in his head?
That would just be in his head, and to everyone else, I think, Marley would be like, clearly we've got this under control. These guys are not much of a threat. No need to worry. We're here for you. And Leo would hear that too.
Also, the guy in the back room, the back corner, like pulls off his headphones and is looking around because he's just now becoming aware that there is violence and someone in his head.
Oh my
So
gosh,
did someone-
you're super confused, dude. Can you teach me how to dissociate and block out the whole world like that? That would be so great. Thank you.
Who is saying this? He's like,
Such a good
what is
question.
happening?
I'm not going to answer that one.
He just starts like packing up his bags. He's like, I hate this city. Always
Mate,
something so weird here.
So true. Make sure you clock out before leaving, though. I've totally gotten in trouble
Who
for
is
that before.
this?
Have a good day.
And we cut back to Leo at the top.
I think the first thing that happens is noticing the person feeling my heat. I just say to them, "Yeah, I'm hot." And then it's a very quick movement as I sort of like scoot around to behind that person, and a suplex is what I'm going for.
Yeah. All right. We'll just do it as an unarmed, and then the flavor will be, yeah.
Lovely. All right, so that'll be a 26.
That's a hit. And then what's your damage rank on this one? I'm trying to remember if I did it right last time. I think it's up to 6 now. With your boosted strength.
Yeah.
Okay. So DC 21. This is one of those things where he can almost never succeed on it. Yep. So yeah, you slam this dude into the ground, and he is just instantly done. You know how to do this without like ruining a dude forever, but also ending a fight. Like this will make sure he's out of it, and yeah, he's done. The guy behind him was like, "Oh, expletives." He was not expecting this. But while you're at least semi-distracted, in his mind, he's gonna take another shot at you with his gauntlet. gonna give you another hero point so that I can re-roll because I don't like that roll.
Lovely.
I mean, technically, there is a +5 circumstance bonus on the table that you can just have.
Should I steal that as the DM? I don't know.
I think it's
Yeah,
from
I'll give-
Marcy. It's up to you.
and I got it's okay. I got it. I got a nat 20 on it actually.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
shame.
Shame. So I have to do math to figure out what the DC on this is. So for those not in the know, I'll give you a quick behind the scenes. With critical hits, you can choose to. There's a couple of different effects. The one I'm choosing is to raise the rank of or the DC of what I'm doing to him by 5. So yeah, now you get a toughness roll, and this is actually against DC 23.
Ooh, I just add my toughness to this, correct?
Yep.
Not impossible, but not likely either. Let's see. Yeah, that's a 20. It's a 20.
That's a
total
20?
for me. Yeah.
Okay, so that fails by 1 degree. You'll get a basically a bruise. You have a -1 to your future toughness saves until you recover from that.
Well, does Bertram want to do a thing?
I was gonna say, does he have that +5 still out there, or was that used?
It's not
Oh,
used.
that's true. You can grab the +5. Take it.
I don't need it. I'd rather give this to someone else when it's needed.
We're all too
actually.
nice.
I was about to say, it's just letting me know. I'm like, okay, I need to send a bunch of stuff at them to make them use this. Noted. Don't even worry about it.
We'll wait till it's actually challenging, you know?
Oh, incentives. Ooh, Sam, feeling brave today.
Challenging.
I'm not there, so...
Bold.
So, force slams into you, and it's like being punched, except it's much more internal vibration than you would have expected. It's not just one quick hit; it's like a pulse whenever it finally slams into you, and you can feel it kind of rattle you, and that's gonna bruise at the point of impact for sure. But nothing too much compared to what he was expecting. Like when this thing like launches back, it like clearly hurts his shoulder slightly whenever he does it for one, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got him," and you kind of just take it. Like he's like, "Oh, I saw him flinch from that." Otherwise, yeah, he's more nervous than before the crit.
Fair enough.
And now it's back to Marley because the other two guys are done.
Cool. Still the one that I haven't put to sleep is that I'm working on. Yeah, we're gonna try for that again. So 18 will.
Ooh. And the second degree of that is what?
Da, 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 da. Second degree exhausted.
Exhausted. He has reached exhausted. This leaves him. He's both impaired and hindered. He's got a -2 on all his checks right now, and moves slower. So he's not in great shape.
Nope. And as that's happening, Marley's gonna say, "For real though, everyone complains about this place's coffee and says that what's the other one?
Starbase.
That Starbase is better, but I do prefer this one, probably just because it has more tea options, and I really shouldn't have too much caffeine. But anyways, everyone else okay besides the guys that we're fighting? Just feel free to like speak out or just send the emotions out. I'll hear it all. I got you."
And about this time, the door jingles shut as that guy finally got all the way out of the thing. He's just ducking around people who are laying unconscious on the floor. He had a like a for there cup that he puts in the little dishwasher area, and he like waves a thank you to the woman like tucked under the counter. He just goes. As weird as he complains this place as being, he's kind of fine with what's going on. Like this is not his first rodeo, and yeah, he's out the door.
The last thought I'll send out is, if you see Revenant walking the streets, pretend that you don't see him. Don't make a big deal out of it. Don't give him any attention at all. Just do this for me. Thank you. Gift for saving you, I guess.
And we're back up to Leo. Now you can see who's been talking. I assume you've walked closer, or
Yeah.
now that you're standing and not hiding. Yeah. People are
No,
aware of who's there.
Marley is in the room now. I think probably the first time that we made eye contact was when you were like, "I'm the hot one," and Marley was like, I mean,
I mean.
but yeah,
Um,
True. Literally in
hi.
literally. Oh. He like when you come out, he looks at you and just like gives you a friendly and also professional hero type nod. Um,
Oh
uh,
gosh, he's legit. Oh, we're not legit.
he's probably the most legit. Aside the one that has like an actual business around there.
Mm,
Pretty
yeah.
comparable.
Be a good idea.
But yeah,
Raven's
he's
legit.
the man is like, it's like what are the odds of 2 superheroes when I'm trying to pull this job? Absolutely ridiculous.
What are the odds? I'm not going to do that math for you. I don't like math.
And we're back to you, Leo.
I'll walk up to him and I'm just going to I'm just gonna throw a right hook. Just to knock him out. That's what I'm going for.
All right. He's been surprisingly good on resistances. We'll see.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, this is probably my worst roll. That's gonna be a 17.
17. It
Yeah,
kind
I
of
rolled
surprises you. He dodges it,
Three.
unless you want that +5.
Mhm.
It's still floating
You know
out
what?
there.
You know what? I'll take it. I'll take
I was
it.
about to say, you can't miss punching a chump like this. It's not what,
Yeah.
can't
Not
let
a
it
good
happen.
look for my reputation. Yeah.
Okay, you get it, and that is another DC. I can math too. 21. That I'm... Oof. So he is staggered by this huge hit. Oh, actually, it's worse. I forgot he was impaired. So now I have to heal some. Okay, yeah. Staggered by it still. Just barely conscious from this. And you can see he like takes a few steps back and is very wobbly at this point. He was wearing like an armor, and you can see he's like reinforced all his stuff, partly to survive the vibrations that he's using, but
Mhm.
also just for protection. He's the only one that seems to be outfitted to this degree, and he's still standing, just barely. And he...
Also, correct me if I'm wrong here.
Oh.
Does my regeneration happen in the first stage still, or do I have to go in a higher stage?
It's always.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Oh, and it is noticeable. So I guess you don't have an open wound for this or anything for it to actually be like flames coming out of it.
I
But yeah,
imagine it'd be like more steam from that one specific spot.
that area, yeah, as the bruise kind of fades. Can't really see it where it is now, but yeah. And he will exchange. Will he? You see him in this moment of desperation, after being told that, you know, he was going to look bad in front of 2 heroes, and now knowing which hero said that, he actually levels his arm towards Marley and does the little blast.
I would like to interpose if I can.
Okay.
Yay, new hot friend.
The blast fires out, and since you hopped in front of it, it 100% hits you, and you get to roll another toughness save. Much less than before, but yeah, you close the distance and put your body in front of hers. Take the blow.
Lovely. And I'm taking a minus what to this again? Oh, that's a net 20.
The -1 got healed up by the regeneration, and the nat 20 completely tanks it. This time, you know what this feels like. You know how to stand right to where, like, no, I'll just shrug this thing off. And it slams into you. You can hear the impact of it, Marley, but you see, aside from getting in front of you, there's no movement whenever that impact sounds, and his mouth like literally just drops open after, and he's like,
Marley says too.
I messed up, didn't I?
Yeah,
This
you
is kind
did.
of a bad move. Crap.
If you sit down and just, wait to be taken in, I won't hit you again.
We'll cut initiative there, actually. As he roll me. I mean, you have your reputation precedes you. I'm gonna see how he handles this, and since I'm of two minds on it, I'll let the dice decide. He immediately like goes sheepish mode, and he's like, just sits in the booth, kind of laces his hands together, and you can see he's thinking like, how do I get out of this? And he's looking at the door, but he's like, two of them, door, a few steps away. He's gonna see how it plays out. So yeah, now
I
that
could
you do
also
this,
give you, I could also give you some nightmares that you won't enjoy, or we
I
can
feel like
forget
that's
that.
overkill, don't you think? That's a little far. I very invasive nightmares. Come on. That's not a superhero thing. I know enough to know that's not a superhero thing.
I am.
Are you one of those scary superheroes that like really messes people up? And
Oh my gosh,
nightmares,
am I?
breaking
Oh.
Are you?
arms. My arm's safe.
No, I don't really do damage. Well, I do. I guess I'm not punching. Oh
Still
gosh, am I
concerned.
bad?
I'm still concerned. No one's told me my limbs are safe. Like I'm staying still, but like I need my kneecaps.
Oh,
You can keep them if you just sit down and wait.
Sits down. He's on his hands are on the table. And the woman comes from behind the counter, and she's like, "Can I talk to you for a second?" Ember.
oh my gosh, I'm scary. I'm scary. I'm threatening. Where did that? Oh no.
No,
Hope
no,
you
no.
don't
Like
mind
obviously
The
talking
she
me
whole
doesn't take
now.
you too far away from like where he is. She just wants to like tell you something quietly.
before I head over, I'm like, no, yeah, no, the whole like talking into the mind thing that you did is it's cool. Yeah, it's very scary actually. I'm gonna go over here. I'll be
Wait,
back.
is it cool or is it scary? Is it cool or is it scary? I feel like those are two very different things.
Both. And then,
Things can be two things.
yeah,
Ah,
and then
Marley
I
takes
head
out
over.
her phone and is writing in a notes app things to bring up to therapists later.
Yeah, once she's like kind of out of earshot, it doesn't look like he's gonna run because he's still like eyes on you and you're locked on him at the same time. But she's like, they've been in here like taking money from us every month. The thing that they do.
Is it
I'm a little
just them or is it more?
like others. Usually he's here because likes being in charge of them or whatever. I don't think they take him that seriously. But yeah, they come and shake us down for a little protection money, as they call it. But I'm just, I don't want it to come back on us that we don't do it, you know?
Yeah. And then uh I'll say to this person, I'll go, well then, I'd like to order a cup of coffee, please.
He nods and heads on back and starts. You can see that she's kind of calming herself as she does it. Like the shakiness is wearing off. It's almost like it wasn't a just fear you can get this, Marley. It's more just tired of this happening. That she like this has been going on for a while, and yeah. So you can see she's like relieved, but there's also a lot of uncertainty with like, well, now there's another player in the mix. Like, what's gonna go on? She's not really even expressing this with body language, but you are feeling that cascade of emotion passes through her. And then she turns back. Sorry, what What did you want in your coffee?
You could have it black. And as hot as you can get it, please. It's
Extra hot. Got it.
and then I'll turn back around to unknown superhero here.
I feel like I've never been
and
cool or scary in my whole life, and now I'm both, and that's confusing.
it's a big achievement, you know.
Huh?
It's your right to just bask in it. I would go for it. I say.
I'm not.
You know, live in it, feel it,
I'm
breathe
not
it.
really someone who does basking. You're cool though, and do you? That was such a thank you for. I would not have been able to do that on my own, and my friends were supposed to be here. I have friends. I'm not. That's like they probably will be.
Yeah, you had
We
messaged
gotta
both
talk.
Bertram and.
I put it in the group chat.
Okay, are y'all at group chat levels with this? With the three of you
Oh,
at this
true.
moment?
Would be the group chat right now.
A little early. In
Okay,
the
then we don't have
career.
group chat. Then it just went to Revenant.
Gotcha. It's okay. I'm sure there may be a need for a detective at some point. Revenant, you are near. You do look very nice. How did you dress, since you suspect the press and have emailed some contacts to let them know that you might be making an appearance? If you really went through with contacting them.
Yep, I did. I have like one person that I text that spreads it out like wildfire. Probably very trendy jeans, leather boots, black t-shirt, scruffy, but not looking unmaintained, like purposely scruffy. And the hair's probably windblown because I flew here. Yeah, and that's the way I will be when I get to the coffee shop.
Yep, I'll say you have landed and you can walk in when feels narratively interesting.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll go back to the other two.
I'll just of course they're coming.
I am talking too much. I have too many thoughts in my head, which means I usually have too many words that come out. And a lot of emotions too. Your emotions were really cool and fun though. Also a really weird thing to say.
We can come back around to that.
And you are still feeling that, yeah, it's like a steady, like, warmth. And like
You're just it's interesting because
you're
you're always
an emotion
cool,
you don't
but you're
usually
always
feel.
warm. Like you're cool but in a very hot way, not
It's okay. No, I get that a lot. I am very hot. It's kind of hard
but
to
like
stop.
on a mental level. Oh,
I think at that time, Revenant would walk in, and as he steps in, he would change into his black cloak, skull mask, and be like, "Revenant has arrived." Look
you're
around
really
and see
Three
everything taken care
heroes?
of.
The
I'll
no,
look
guy
at
two
Marty
at
and go,
heroes
the
and
table.
someone who's really awkward. I'm the awkward
Oh.
one. I'm not insulting either of you. Actually, I do want to insult you, Revenant. You're very late.
That was very rude. Who on earth is more famous than me?
We have
I'll
Ember.
kind of look over and go, "Oh,
Oh, Revenant.
what's up?"
Yeah, like he's on TV without having to text people to put him on TV. So I'm
He
sorry. I'm
started
in a mood
somewhere.
today.
Everybody starts somewhere.
It is true. Everybody does start somewhere.
See, he
And
gets
I had
it.
a little bit of help already because I was a fighter and everything before in my career as a hero. So you know,
See, he understands the PR machine. That's what I've been trying to explain to you.
I
Hey,
don't
so
want
like,
PR at all. I don't want to be here. Oh yes, hi.
I feel like this kind of thing isn't really like a three hero situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, there were three of us, right? But now it's just me conscious. I hope they're okay. But I mean, three
Yeah.
superheroes, like we're done, right? I don't need three people here. This is too much, is all I'm saying.
Oh, actually, you had an ID. I looked at. You got an ID on you?
What?
ID? Do you have it?
I mean, yeah. um, yeah.
Wow. Rookie
this is the thing.
mistake.
He takes out a wallet. He drops the card in front of you.
I just look at the name and address and commit it to memory, and I don't say that I did this, but then I hand it back, and I say, "All right,
I'm like some kind of hero registry now. What? You didn't
no,
scan
I
anything.
need you to tell
Is
me.
that-
I need you to tell me
thing?
2 things. All right, you ready?
All right. All right.
Are you the boss?
I mean, that's complicated. I mean, the guys, they listen to
No.
what I do. Like, I've done some self-help books that are like, be your own boss, and like, I've done those. So in a way, yes, but in a much more real way, no, not at all.
Who?
Well, it's like kind of a family thing. Like a cousin of mine tells me, and he gets it from another dude. But yeah, I'm just, you know.
Marley's gonna
Right.
do some thought reading while this is happening.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a mind reading. As for what he's
DC
telling you,
16? Is that something I roll or something you roll?
oh
Reading
goodness,
thoughts.
it is
Cumulative mind
actually
reading.
opposed.
Okay.
Yeah, you roll, add your mind reading. I don't use mind reading a lot. I should probably commit this to
6.
memory.
It looks like I
considering.
add.
Yeah,
Okay,
you'll
what
add your
dice is gonna
rank.
be? Okay.
Your most mind reading.
Oh, that's really low. It's gonna be. It's the number that's next to mind reading. Yeah.
Yeah, the rank
All
of
right,
mind
then
reading.
that's just an 8. Actually, I have I'm gonna grab that +5 circumstance bonus if that'll make a difference.
Wait, he used it to punch
Oh,
Didn't
I have a
use it to
+2.
punch.
Would 10 work?
10 as your total. Depends on what he gets.
Oh,
That's pretty low, we'll say.
it is pretty low.
Well, Marley, you got a +2 from.
I got a plus, but
Green
it's
Ronin.
10 with the +2.
Oh.
So I'm wondering,
Well,
can
you
I? Is
do
this like a
have.
hero point
This
situation?
is hero pointable, yeah.
Let's do a hero point.
Hero point, roll it. If you get 10 or lower, you add a 10 to it.
10. I want to roll 10 or lower now.
Well, I mean, higher is good too, but it makes up for
Okay.
if it is low, yeah.
So I rolled a 19 on the die. Okay, wait, but then I add my 6,
2.
which makes it a 25 total.
25, and then your +2 circumstance.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
do that. Sure. Layered on 27.
All right. He did not do that great. You are able to get as far as memories in his mind. Not just
Love
the
it.
surface layer, not just his personal thoughts. You are all the way into memory. So you get a nice little stroll down memory lane for him. You get a montage of him like trying to style his hair exactly right. Like a couple weeks ago, he had it dyed this crazy bleach blonde color. He for a while tried on like different. He briefly considered like white contacts to make his eyes look more intense, but they were bothering his eyes, so he bailed on that. This is a guy who puts a lot into his image and to trying to be the boss. But you do get a meeting that he has with someone else in this memory cascade that's hitting you, and he says that they need money for a big exchange that's happening, so to go collect early. And it's a pretty nondescript dude. It doesn't seem like he has much personal connection to this guy. He's giving the orders for him, but it doesn't seem like he's the boss. So it checks out with what he's saying that he doesn't necessarily know the boss, but yeah, he gets his orders.
So
that way.
Marley, who was like half listening to the conversation and then arguing with Travis and then went quiet for a minute, is going to look at this guy and say, "When's that big exchange of money supposed to happen? Or where? When and where is that happening?"
he's like he gets like super quiet because he's never said anything about an exchange of money. He's like,
Oh, you didn't say
what
that out loud.
exchange of money?
The one
With the
that
worst poker face.
and I described the room, and it's hard to describe the guy you were talking to because very nondescript, but he's the boss. You are not. Blonde is not your color. Maybe redhead? That could work. It's
Okay,
a hard one to pull off,
rude.
I know. I don't mean like true ginger. I mean like if you were to do like a fashion dark red. But
Marley, focus.
yes.
She's on some
Well, he's trying to throw his mind off. Like, I didn't think of that, so now it's making me not think of that. But you're right, we need to think of that. So when and where is that handoff of the money that you were supposed to get here for the big exchange? Where's that happening and when?
You're reading my mind. I was like, I really don't remember saying that, but the voice in the head and yeah, okay, I see.
Oh,
That sucks. I don't like that. I don't think I like you.
I don't like it either. I don't like me either. We have so much in common.
I'm revisiting the that's a bad guy thing. Like I'm really feeling it now. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah. So tonight at the docks, they really haven't given me much more than that because middle guy. I get the information when I need to know it. Get the money.
Got it. White contacts don't help you not be a little guy. It's just, it's trying too hard. This is so. You're right. This is so. Have a great day and.
No, he doesn't
I
get a
can
great day.
I can
No.
go.
I'll look at him and just be like, sit down, and try to intimidate him into not moving.
Oh, roll me an intimidation. And we've described the scary skull mask and black cloak.
Oh yeah,
and
like
everything, but
full,
if you
and
want to
then
embellish on how scary you get.
and it gets
Or-
darker around me as I try to do it. I rude the intimidation. What's the other page? 27.
27. Yeah, he's gonna stay parked. He's getting mixed signals. He's like, I was told have a good day. I thought that meant I would go. I'm so sorry. I tried to stand up. It was a mistake. Clearly, I'm sitting. It's fine, Mr. Skullman. I'm not doing anything. I
At
promise.
the same time that he sits down really defeated, Marley also sits down really defeated.
I'll walk up to him and kind of poke his chest and say, "It's Revenant."
Revenant. Got it. Memorized. No worries, man. No worries. Revenant.
You're saying no worries, but I'm feeling worries.
Group huddle, and then it just walks off to the other side of like the store, the front area that we're in.
Oh, your coffee
Marley-
is set out about this time.
Marley doesn't stand up from the chair immediately. She's like, "Oh, am I also in this group huddle?"
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Should I be calling the police? The woman asks. Should I?
Oh, yeah.
Give us a
No.
moment.
All right, I'll hold on.
I feel like that would be fine.
I'll take the coffee and then put a $300 tip on the counter. And
Like you don't have to. She's like, please, like, thank you.
take it.
Takes it.
And I hold the coffee and I'm like, yeah. I drink it and I'm like, yeah, it's just warm.
You can all feel the heat coming off the coffee cup. Like this was not warm, but yeah, some people.
Like room temperature. Can't find anything hot enough. I have an idea, if I may.
Yeah.
I say the three of us do a little collaboration of sorts here. We can.
Why? You're
Let this
so
guy-
cool on your own.
Marley.
You can read minds, and that's I can't do that.
Tracker is that word? I'm Tracker. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice. I'm Leo, Embry, whichever one you want to call me. I'm just fine.
Sure.
If we let this quiet down a little bit, if we let this guy go, under the pretense that he gets back to us, then that way they don't get in trouble for not paying the thing if we don't find this group fast enough.
Do we follow
And
him
then-
to the dock? Or are we like, hey, you
No.
just... Well, no, because then he would probably give like a heads up, like, hey, I'm being trailed. How does any of this work? You seem so confident. Like, you know what you're doing. And I...
Yeah.
We just need to get
No.
the actual location from the docks from him, which shouldn't be too hard because he's. Oh yeah, he messed himself.
Oh.
I think I was a
Oh.
little hard on him.
Oh. That's just sad.
I have a friend, another superhero friend who is good at detectiving things. And I totally did not text him earlier that how am I two things at once, scary and cool. But because he's not my therapist, he's my superhero friend. What was I? Oh, yes, we can use a detective, and I can call a detective to help.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
That's fine. Then they can just go to jail. That's good.
I'm gonna call detective friend.
Sorry, I'm overhearing part of this. Did you say a fourth person? Like, really, guys? One hero, two. Getting all the way up to four just seems like
I'll
excessive.
just look over at him and just like.
Yep, nope, that's cool. I'll sit. This is fine.
Are we supposed to take suggestions from you? Like, I feel like I know enough to, like, that's not it. Hold please. And Marley is going to call Bertram.
The client is just wrapping up. Y'all are basically doing the Midwest goodbye of he's just kind of hanging around. It's time for him to go. I feel like you've said "welp" at least once, and he's done he's slapped his legs, and he's still just kind of working his way out.
We'll find Mrs. Gunther's dog. It's all right. Probably in her other purse again.
Well, I appreciate it. You know, we try to take care of her as much as we can. Send some work your way too. Bagels, really good touch. Love it. Very professional.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. I gotta take this.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'll head on out. Yeah, thanks again. Just let me know. And it looks like he's
Yeah.
about to launch into more talking, but the phone continues to buzz.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. It's.
Oh,
sorry,
I'm so sorry. I'll. It's awkward, but he gets out of the door finally.
I promise it'll pick up. It's just, busy.
Bertram's like accidentally hangs up.
I'm sure that was a mistake. I'm gonna call again. Just hold on.
But
He
then
does
it's one of
this
those
every
things where you
time.
both hit call, so you both can't get each other.
I'm just gonna text.
And then
You know
his
what, this
phone.
texting is-
You start getting a call now, Marley.
Hi, Doc. Hi, the spec. This is Tracker.
You
And
can just call him
I...
Bertram. I don't really. Hi, Marley.
Yeah, it's weird to be both. Speaking of weird to be two things at once, is also something that I feel like I want to put a pin in for another session. But anyway, we have a situation at Starfleet. Is that the Kate, you forgetting?
Starfleet.
The woman behind the counter looks very disappointed that you
Are you
think
trying-
Sir Name's
No, that's the other
coffee
one.
is
That's the other
Starbase.
one.
Are you trying
No,
to rent a
at the-
car
we-
right now? Is that why you're
No, we
scary
have-
and cool? I
We have
don't.
a situation at the cool coffee place. That's the one that I actually like. There were bad guys who came in and we defeated them and they gave us information, but we need more information than what they gave us. And I was like, I know a detective, but then I had to call you a bunch of times and now I look even less cool than I was already looking in front of a cool person in Revenant. So if you can
Revenant's
get here and
there.
help us, yeah. Can you still come though?
Oh yeah, it's fine. Just I hope he's not gonna hurt anyone again, is he?
I mean, I feel like we get along pretty. Like, hurt anyone? Does that mean like hurt any of us, or like hurt
that
bad
last
guys?
guy's after what he did to that last guy's legs, I was just a little concerned about
Well,
helping
see,
him do
what's
that
more?
again.
Is it more evil to do that to a guy's legs, or is it more evil to like read a person's thoughts and threaten them with nightmares? Because I got called evil for threatening
Well,
that, and
we've
now I'm
talked about
feeling.
the ethical nature of that before.
I know, but is there any ethical way to be a mind reader?
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Can I grab Marley's phone?
Yeah.
I think
You
hearing
absolutely
one
just pull it
side
out
of
of
this
his hand.
conversation.
Bertram,
is-
I need you. Just get over here.
All right, I'll be right there. The bus takes a little bit, so it might be a minute.
Do you need me to come get you?
Please don't.
Can we text Raven to send the car?
I'll get a cab.
Oh.
It might be a little quicker. I just got paid a little. I can probably afford that.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Ooh, it's
God.
rough out here.
Okay, just get here.
All
I
right.
can pick you up if you need to, though.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
So Bertram hangs up. He's in like his suit and bow tie, and he looks over to his wife. He's like, I gotta go. And he shrinks really quick and then grows out of his clothes. So now he's in his superhero outfit, his teal outfit with the lavender jacket and shorts, and his hat, or shorts. Lavender boots.
I
And he's
thought
got
lavender
his-
shorts for a look. That's
I know. He's got his gauntlets, and he's just like, and he's tying his new bow tie because he had to switch to his now bow tie.
she
because
comes
of the
over and
superhero
adjusts
suit.
it slightly too.
Oh, thank you. I don't know how late I'll be out, but I gotta go help with some stuff.
No worries. Thanks for the bagel dog. And she gets a little cloth off of your shoulder. She's like, sometimes they expand with you in the weirdest ways.
Well,
All right, see you tonight.
let me know if you make any headway on Mrs. Gunther's dog.
I have a lead on some purses.
She does pay most of the bills around here.
I think she fakes losing her dog sometimes just to help us make ends.
I thought so too one time. I gotta go. And he starts leaving. He does not have any sort of way to like transport himself, so typically he takes a bus, but he grabs some cash and goes to hail a cab across the city.
You are able to get a ride down there, and as you're driving up, what are you all doing with this guy for now as you wait?
I would immediately turn to Marley and go like, a cool person and revenant?
I mean,
I
I
look
did say
over
that,
to
yeah.
the-
I
I
can't
look
pretend I
over
didn't
to
say
the-
it because not only did I say it, I said it out loud.
I'm looking
Yeah.
over to the bad guy, and I'm just kind of like, I don't think that guy's pretty cool at all.
I think so.
Because you just have like this
I'm
kind of like
terrified.
goofiness about you. It's like you are all scary
Oh.
and shadowy when you first come in, but then like as soon as you talk, it's like, oh no, he's kind of goofy, and I feel like that just because you're talking to me about like marketing, right? And just like those vibes, I feel like are kind of at odds with each other. Not that I don't like it. Like I think it's cool in its own way. But in a different way than is like classically cool, but also like this is coming from me and I'm just not cool in any way, classic or hot or otherwise. Not I keep saying he's hot. I mean because it's just it's
Ooh.
words are so hard.
Tracker has a crush.
No, I am reading so much heat from him because he is like a furnace of hot energy and it's making my face really hot too.
Hey, it's okay. He's attractive.
I think at this point it would be a good thing to happen is that Leo's shirt on his shoulder probably catches on fire a little bit because he's probably had his power active for too long, and he's sorry, hold on.
And if you choose to power down slightly, then you would feel that. But if not, yeah, you're able to pat it out too.
Yeah.
Maintain it.
I'll pat it out first, and then I'll simmer down. Sorry.
And you feel like it's definitely all it is that same energy, just like waiting. Like it's not that suddenly it's diminished or it's not there. Like it is diminished, but it's not like it's always part of him, and he just kind of turns it up when he needs to or not. It's just like the
See,
quiet
with you, there's
confidence.
always like these weird, whispery, shadowy things that are always like just below the surface or right there in front of me, mind wise. With him, it's like there's just always simmering. And I just have to always get that from both of you. So that's
the
fun.
the gauntlet guy kind of waves over to Leo, and he's like,
Excuse me. And then I'll head over.
Oh gosh, he heard that. He heard that I said that out loud. I didn't say that in your head. Oh my.
all right, I'm up. See if I can level with you a little bit on here. I can ditch the gauntlet, right? Take me and my boys, we'll go lick our wounds. We won't show up for the thing. It's easy enough to be like, superheroes waylaid us. We didn't get the money or whatever, and then I don't get locked up. You know, just like we'll split for a little bit. Obviously, we'll rejoin the gang because that's what we're gonna do. That's who we are. But like, stay out of your hair. I lose this cool toy. I'm just saying. I mean, do I say that? I mean, we would probably be out in no time anyway. Is the thing. It's just tying up resources, you know.
I'll just say you said you'll ditch the gauntlet.
Leave it here with you.
Can I see it?
Does a little. Oh god, this thing takes a little while. Sorry. Drops it.
I'll pick it up and just look at it for like half a second and then go, no deal. And then I'll just take the gauntlet with me back over to you.
Like, you know. No, that was good. That was okay. Props to you. Well, like I said, we'll be out in no time anyway. This is not my first time.
I'll just lean into Marley and go, he is cool.
That's what I. Well, yeah.
It usually doesn't work. I don't know why I did this time. I felt like it. I felt it from like a spiritual level that it would, and yeah, there it is.
Bertram, you arrive somehow beating the media and police. They haven't been told to rush or anything. And you had a head start. So yeah, you're here with the gang before all that kind of stuff plays out. Mostly because convenience for me. You're here.
Traveling at the speed of plot. That's how we do it in the DKMC
his
universe.
other superpower.
All right. Hi, everyone. Just you didn't need. You guys got this taken care of. Well, hi.
Yay, the
Ember,
buds
nice
still
to see
arrive.
you.
Yeah, nice to see you. The spec.
Yeah.
I was about to say you've described Bertram, but I mean, what kind of presence does he have whenever he?
Oh. A nervous calmness, if that makes sense. But like, kind of just, he kind of blends into the background. He's easily forgotten about when he's a hero.
Oh.
When there's other heroes around, he's like the one that like, oh yeah, he's here too.
And also,
He'll often just be picking around at things when like people are having group chats. If he's not really needed, he'll just shrink down and kind of do his own thing. So his presence is very, I guess, minimal.
to forgive the pun, if I can. Yeah, so Bertram has joined.
Oh, yeah.
See, I said I have more friends. This isn't.
I understand. Ember's pretty cool.
He's her friend.
Oh, thank you. Oh, got
It's, I mean,
We don't have to be friends if you don't want to be. We do not have to.
No, we're friends. I'm just saying
We're friends.
he is your friend.
Anyway, what's going on here? You guys, you want to fill me in? I just heard a lot of rambling.
And I'll give you a quick rundown. So we
Alright.
came across these three trying to shake down this place for money, apparently. Apparently they've been doing it for a while to a few different places. And
Yeah.
we're trying to figure out what or who is their leader. So we can put it into it.
And I read his mind and his memories. It was a lot. And it's like his leader is like really nondescript looking from what he's seen, which is not helpful. But they're meeting at the docks tonight, and there's like a big exchange of money happening because they need more money for something else happening soon. Is that enough to go off of?
Yeah, probably. Hey, fellow there. What you said you're going to the docks, or you were gonna go to the docks? Do you know where exactly it was? Are you in a talking mood?
Yeah, I've just been chatting. I'm a little salty now because I lost my gauntlet and I'm still gonna be locked out. But whatever, it was fair play. I'm gonna. I don't know which docks it's gonna be.
No.
They move things around, you know.
How often? When was the last time you were by the art director's warehouse over at the docks?
I don't remember having him there.
Oh, okay. You haven't been there anytime soon? Recently?
Huh?
Okay, well, there's a good chance it might be over there because they haven't used it yet.
While Bertram is asking the right good
I like the
questions
logic of that.
possibly, Marley's gonna be trying to read again and see if the smart detective questions are triggering anything.
Still not too much. It seems like it's gonna be more of legwork of figuring out stuff from like who he is and who he's affiliated with, versus just he doesn't have much more to give. That is a very shallow well that you're panning from for ideas from him. The nicest way I can think to say it.
So the more that we talk to this guy, the more I'm just getting of him desperately trying new looks and hairstyles in his mirror, and I don't really want more of that. It really seems like he doesn't have much more to offer us. We might need to just head to the docks or other contacts, other places they've been shaking down. I don't know, but he's pretty tapped out.
That's fair. That's fair.
What does the gauntlet do? What's that?
Me?
Sure.
It's vibrations, kinetic force. It's a new toy.
That's nasty. I don't like that stuff.
Pickles.
Yeah, but this I'm reading through both this guy's mind to minds beyond the realm of our little universe we're making that this scene is probably done. Marley's reading through the fourth wall.
Oh my gosh. So actually, I think now would be a good time as like media people are coming in, having been forewarned. They've mobilized. You see someone running out with like their little their equipment, and they've got like a little speaker set up. It's kind of like a lower budget one that got here first. But yeah, people are starting to pile in now to figure out what's going on. There's emergency services as well. And we will take a quick break and come back after that.
Hello and welcome back to Don't Kill My Character presents Superhero Origins, the prequel adventures to Superhero Shenanigans, all using the Mutants Masterminds 3rd edition system by Green Ronin Publishing. I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, and also Don't Kill My Character. You'll see me in the chat as DKMC RPGs. Speaking of chat, we are still looking to give away the Basic Heroes Handbook and Reign of Cats and Dogs Adventure. So if you want a chance to win those, type hero into the chat. We will pull a winner at the end of this stream. Shout out to Devious Hearts in the chat too. When Tracker and Leo met, it was a heat cute. I love it. We love a good pun. We as superhero fans do enjoy a pun. Speaking of superheroes, That's what we are. And I'm going to toss our superhero story back over to Claude to tell.
Alrighty, when last we left off, our heroes had subdued some people causing trouble at the Tin Man coffee house. They were able to dispatch the foes very quickly and grouped up as heroes to figure out their next steps. We kind of jump ahead slightly now. That is in the rear view mirror. But tell us how that went for people who would have talked to the bit of media that showed up, if any. Quick interactions with whoever took them away. Any of that. Does anyone have any particular standout moments that would have occurred for your character?
I would definitely have directed any press coming in that Ember and I worked together to solve this thing.
And I don't think at all that Ember would correct it. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, no, yeah. I came and subdued these people, and then and then Revenant here helped get information out. And now we're working a joint case together to bring them all to justice. Those behind this, along with the spec and this person.
Yeah, does Tracker stick around for media or
Nope.
either of the other two? No.
Tracker just goes around back and waits for her friends to be done.
Hangs out with
That-
Bertram probably.
Bertram shrinks onto Marley's shoulder and starts like with this little notebook. It just starts kind of going over things.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. They do mention that they're not gonna put anything out. They're just talking about the incident, but they're not gonna use any like names or anything in case that would interfere with your investigation tonight. So they're gonna keep that hush hush. Bertram has contacts in the force that are like, oh, we understand. We'll keep it quiet because you would have told them that Bertram's on the case, even if Bertram wasn't here to let them know himself.
I have a question. You have a tiny notebook on you too, or does the notebook also get small?
Great question.
Yes. Yes.
One of each.
I imagine his items typically shrink with him, but he does actually have a journal that is only small.
Lovely.
And
That's
some
adorable.
other papers and such that he got from when he was in the land of the Trivites, which are the civilization he got stuck in for a couple of years that were all like really tiny people.
Love it.
Yeah, and I'm imagining, I don't know if this is the case, but that he would have little secret caches, sunken items. I don't know if the powers would allow for it as they are, but that'd be interesting.
Be fun. I don't know if he's coordinated enough.
We'll push him to that point. Don't worry. We'll get him scared enough to put bug out bags everywhere. It'll be great.
So, Marley, have you decided
Yeah.
yet if you're gonna actually tell your parents about the whole
Nope, never.
thing?
Not at any
No.
point in my entire life. You know, how Leo King is in there right now. I know who that is because
Leo
he...
King? What? I don't.
Ember. He was an MMA fighter. He is.
Oh.
He's an MMA fighter, and he used
I'm
to be
aware.
my.
I'm just curious how you got on that topic when I.
Well, you just gotta let me. Look, I'm cooking, right? Okay, so
All right,
Leo
that's
King used to be my brother's favorite MMA fighter, right? And then came out, oh look, has superpowers, and my brother doesn't watch anything that he does anymore. So
See. Well, so how
yeah,
do you
I mean,
think?
when your job is, you know, the insurance agent, that is the most prolific insurance agent in Freedom City for handling cases against damage brought by heroes, it's just, you're not gonna like heroes too much.
Okay. Well, I ask because I know we've talked about this a bit before, but when you've always felt from your parents typically that they expect a lot from you, that you're not really living up to what they think. But how does the secret, how's it affecting you mentally? Like, is it helping you with that, or is it making that concept worse for you?
I mean, it's just kind of so bad in my head already that I don't truly have so much of the space to focus on what my parents feel about it, because there's just so many emotions about what everyone else is feeling always.
So the powers have sort of altered what you're kind of mentally focused on right now.
Right
That's fair.
now,
Yeah.
any time of day or night. Like if someone's dreaming really loud near me,
Mhm.
that's tough too.
I've been accused of being a loud dreamer. I understand.
Wait, you know someone who can also read dreams? Can I talk to them?
No, I
No, 'cause
just
I don't want them.
thrash around on occasion and make
Oh,
noises.
like normal, just hearing people.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Right.
memories
About
and
this
all.
time, the other two will begin walking up, or would have been able to break free of the media. I don't know if they go straight to you, but yeah. Where did you hide? Just like in the closest alleyway?
Yeah, probably just went around a corner. Because, like, also Marley will know if anyone else is kind of coming near because she can sense the minds and brains around. So.
There is a Starbase coffee down the street. You want to go from one coffee shop to another if it's that kind of day. But if not, there's plenty of just places. There's actually a park nearby, small little.
Yeah, we'll sit on a little park bench maybe.
And you are talking to the tiny person on your shoulder, so that is a thing that people witness. Are you unmasked
Well, okay,
now?
if we're, I guess if we're in public and he's tiny on my shoulder, then we would just kind of duck into an alley. People wouldn't
Gotcha.
really see us.
Okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't want Jiminy Cricket.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
she
we
could
could
use
say
Jiminy
that
Cricket,
conversation
like-
was the walk on the way to the park, so now you're there when the other two.
Don't get me wrong, she could use Jiminy Cricket.
I can guide you and give you some advice, but I don't want
Bertram's
to tell
fought
you
a few
what to
crickets, I feel like.
do. Yeah, well, the Trivites, they're like people, but they have more insectile features. So in a way, I could say I fought some sentient crickets, but that feels like that wouldn't be the most appropriate way to reference them.
Speaking of most appropriate ways to reference people, how do I bring up that I have a knowledge that I shouldn't have from someone because I read it in their thoughts?
Are you bringing it up to that person?
Yes. We were doing an interrogation thing, and he wasn't saying the words out loud that we needed to hear, but he was saying the things in his thoughts that we needed. So I just grabbed it from his thoughts.
Mm-hmm. And we
But then how do I, well, yeah, because then he got super weirded out when I was, referencing something that he hadn't said out loud.
And y'all find Marley deliberating this as you you walk up.
Like,
Moral
Marley, it
conundrums.
was probably fine. You actually kind of probably shocked him to the point where you were able to get more information out of him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, there's another person who's here, so we gotta do the tracker thing, because I know you guys are all I am who but I'm not. So it's gotta be tracker.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
still want some type of normalcy. So thank you.
Right. Sorry. Forget sometimes.
It's okay, just when he comes, when he's here, just tracker.
Okay. And at that point, I'll start checking her from head to toe to make sure she's okay.
Oh, no, I'm not hurt at all because he jumped in the way of what would have really hurt me and just took it with his hot. I need a better way to describe what I'm getting off of him than hot.
Well,
with my body.
Yeah, he's awfully. I mean, he is a very hot guy. That's sort of his thing. Tracker.
No, but it's it's not just hot in the traditional. It's just in my head, he's hot. Words are so hard when I don't have words. When it's just thoughts in my head or feelings in my head that I have to put to words because
He radiates heat?
yes. Oh
Yeah.
no, because now you're laughing at me, which means that
but
it's
you're
no.
saying mental heat.
Yes.
That's
Is that so
interesting.
weird?
Maybe we'll talk about this some more
And now that
later.
you're around them, there's more of a baseline because you're not drawing from just one. So now it's a little less chaotic for you because
Yeah.
it's people you know, but also you can kind of quiet the emotions when there's enough of them hitting you. They can kind of just
Enough familiar emotions.
yeah. I mean, you're still gonna be very Marley, but
You guys
not
get it.
pulling one too hard where it's getting all of that
Yeah.
confidence or whatever emotions the other two are displaying at the moment.
So I think I might have a place we could maybe start poking around, or maybe some people we can start asking
Cool.
some questions about.
Awesome. When we ask people questions, is it okay if I dive into their minds?
D- Listen, I'd rather
That's a
be
I'm
yes,
able
man.
listening.
to chat with them first before we do anything like that.
Well, I'm pretty sure that people don't know that I'm in there unless I tell them what I got in there. So maybe I just
Yeah,
wait until after to be like, this is what I saw?
I'm not going to sort I'm looking for here. I'm not going to control when you're going to do that or not, or
You honestly
I
couldn't
just
control it because I can't even control it,
I
but go
gives
on.
I just I offer you the advice of maybe be hesitant towards doing that. That's all.
Yes, but the less I do it, the more it just does it. So
Which is fair.
it's not fair. It sucks.
Well,
Anywho, let's keep going.
yeah. I
Where
got
do
a
you want to
couple
go? Where's the spot
contacts.
we're gonna poke?
Oh well, we could get down to the docks. I mean, we know they're gonna meet at the docks. If
Mhm.
we want to talk to someone, I know a man. His name's Pilgrim. We could chat with him, and then
Pilgrim?
yeah.
Like the buckle hat?
Oh no, he doesn't wear a buckle hat. He's just sort of a guy who wanders around
Oh,
town.
that's so much cool. Okay, that's cool.
He doesn't have like a home or anything. And he's got word on. He's got his ears to the street. Um, or we could talk to some bad guys, I guess, who might have some affiliations here. I could message my lieutenant over at the police station. He might be able to give us some leads on some known associates.
Yeah.
So we
I
got
mean, why don't
options. So I don't
I
know.
can kind of message both and see who responds first?
But I only message. I can't message. I can only. I only message this lieutenant. I
Oh,
don't know
Pilgrim
about
doesn't
fine.
have a phone.
No, he doesn't really have much of anything.
Well, see, this is the point where I'd be like, well, I can probably just kind of find people sometimes with, their thoughts, but that's evil superpowers.
Oh, well, I mean, I know where he hangs out.
Oh, okay, then that's easy. Sure.
I just wasn't sure, since we got all these people here, if we wanted to split up or if we wanted to just. I feel like if we go to the docks first, there's a bigger chance of a spectacle. So but it could be a little more subdued if we take another route around. You know.
Yeah, so how
Fair
do you
enough.
want to divide it up? And how will the others, if they have anything to contribute, any sort of skills you bring to the table for this? This is very much Bertram's field, but if anyone has applicable skills that they think they could throw into the mix, we can kind of do this as a skill challenge investigation.
I could probably reach out to my press contacts, see if they've heard anything.
Okay. Any other? We'll have you doing that. We'll just do that one as a persuasion. Yeah, your success on it will kind of determine how much they want to extend to try to find for you, because they probably won't have much of that on their own. But
Okay.
if you're super convincing, then yeah, so I'll set a DC for that, and that'll be persuasion coming from you.
Okay.
Bertram, which route are you gonna take? For figuring this guy out.
Well, seeing as Bertram kind of has the feeling that if we just go straight to the docks and actually look for the specific warehouse, like I assume it's a warehouse. I think there's a bigger chance of violence and perhaps, yeah, a bigger, like he said, spectacle before. So he would probably text the lieutenant for known associates, but then head out to see if he could find Pilgrim.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so I'll get an investigation check. Ember.
I think what I'd do is ask around at the different shops, at the different like places that they're like shaking down. If I could get that information from the the barista there, and then just sort
Be
of
very willing.
go to different places and ask them who they've seen or if they know anything about the like sort of gang that's out there doing that. I think that's the way I'd go about
Okay.
contributing
So
there.
yeah, feet on the ground kind of investigation. So I'll do investigation for that as well. It's more like rumors and stuff. Who's doing this sort of thing? And then Marley, what do you got?
Marley's probably going to stick around Bertram and just be like, yes, how do we ask people questions like a normal human being and one who's go into your mind? So yeah, I feel like she's helping Bertram with that, and also she has a decent persuasion to like an insight as well. She has good insight. Why does she keep reading people's brains? So she might do that. She might be.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I would pick someone to tag along with, and your insight will kind of be the ballast for theirs.
Yeah. So she's gonna tag along with Bertram.
Bertram. Okay. So let me get those rolls. I think it's 2 investigation, 1 persuasion, and an insight.
Okay.
I will do insight. Yes. 21
Bertram,
insight.
We'll give you 2 investigation, 1 for Pilgrim and 1 for your.
Okay. My persuasion is 23.
23. So doing a little digging, this guy has the one that was apprehended earlier has a bit of a following on social media. He's like the pretty boy of a specific group of hoodlums, and kind of their face, and he's very proud of it. You see him showing off his hair that you saw today in a recent video, and not a ton more. You see that he like is clearly with a group most of the time, and that the gauntlet thing is definitely very new, because he's got some videos where he's got more traditional weaponry, we'll say, or alludes to it since he can't show it necessarily. But yeah, he's talking about that, and then suddenly he's like, "Hey, we've got some new players in the area that have kind of given us a little bit of extra juice. So this is a new player, so to speak."
I'll log into like my secret account and follow him.
Nice.
Secret account.
I can't have the superhero one following the criminal.
Bro's got burners everywhere.
Burner
all right.
Instagram.
And then we'll get the first, the one from the lieutenant, Bertram.
That's a 23.
23. I forgot to offer you the chance to use your skill mastery if you want to go that direction instead, but you'll know for your second one. Do that. So what you get from him, a reminder of his name, which you would have gotten his name from Ember because he had it memorized earlier. This is Maxim Filipov, and one of the other guys is was there and got knocked out. He also has priors and stuff, and his name is Mark Isakov. They are both known for being part of a group in the city known as the Malakov Mafia.
Malakov Mafia. Okay.
Largely Russian. And yeah, that's what you get from them, and then with the knowledge from I forgot your name for a second. Sorry.
Marley Tracker.
No, not you.
Oh no,
Revenant.
not
Revenant just flew out of my brain. I was like, Spectre? So sorry. With the information you get from Revenant, that the the Malakov Mafia is apparently working with some people who can give them some much fancier tech than before. And then I will get your investigation, Ember.
All right. I'm good at one thing. That's fighting. I rolled a big
Fair.
old 7 for this.
Asking about, they're trying to be as helpful as they can, but they're like, honestly, like you find a couple other businesses down the same area, and they're like, they just come and take the money. Like, we don't know anything about them aside from the fact that they're gonna tear the place up if we don't pay protection money.
Um,
They've got a lot of them have strong accents, and then that friggin' pretty boy's there a lot.
wherever I go, all the stores, whatever it is that they sell, I'll order something. Like if it's all food places, I'll always order when I go wherever I go there. It's like, hey, can you tell me about this thing? Also, can I get one of the?
It's awkward because the last one is like an auto shop.
Yeah.
So there's no food to grab there, but you can overpay for like a bottle of oil if you want, I guess.
I order a muffler. Just get a muffler.
I just want a muffler.
I don't leave a
yeah.
$300 tip everywhere.
Fair. That's fair.
That's only that one place, that one time, but I do order something.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, everyone's super friendly and glad you're there. And they seem assured. Like they feel good about the fact that you now know that this has been going on with them, but they don't really give you anything that furthers the case.
I'll also do a thing where I'll at every place after I leave, I will leave as I pay, usually it's with cash. But I'll add a note that has the number to like my hero hotline, just like the direct line to my hero phone, so to speak.
Gotcha.
And let them know that they can call if they need help.
Okie doke. Perfect. And then I will get that investigation and insight from the other.
For the other one.
Oh yeah, your second investigation and Marley's insight.
Okay.
21 on the insight.
Mhm.
Oh, look at us.
27?
27.
Ooh, yeah.
Really?
Not
So
joking
I thought I
around.
was fancy with the 21.
Right? So, you have located Pilgrim. He lets you know that, yeah, there's been a change recently with the Malakov. They started working with like a new seller, and so far the tech has been like a couple of like laser rifles instead of standard guns, and then that very impressive kinetic blaster that Maxim had.
Who took
Um,
that? Like, which one of us? I know not Marley.
Ember had it on him after.
Would you have kept it, Ember?
I would have gave it to the police probably.
Aw, it's not going in the closet.
Well, I was about to say there's not Star Labs. Sorry. There's Astro Labs in the setting that you could have given it to. Astro Labs. And they handle that sort of stuff instead of giving
Yeah,
it. So
whoever.
you can hold on to it to give to them
Yeah,
at some
All
point.
right.
whoever's the proper like person or group to give that to.
They would have like a
Ember
containment
did
unit
not
that
keep
came
them.
and picked it up.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. Cool. But yeah, with that knowledge and that investigation check, you are told by Pilgrim that you definitely saw some of them checking out a specific area, and usually they would be checking a place out well in advance to go there for a meeting, just to make sure there's not going to be anyone around, and they direct you, or Pilgrim directs you to a little right in the corner of the docks district. There's a few apartments nearby, but like mostly empty, and there's a lot of construction in that area, so things are blocked off. And there's a warehouse that probably a good call for the meetup.
That sounds
and
good.
yeah, with the insight, that all checks out. Pilgrim's really forthcoming, so in this instance, the insight is not really like a super needed component, but
Mhm.
you get that he's like very sure about this. It's not like a probably in this area.
Mhm.
It's more of a definite thing. The one thing no one's been able to really give you is a time for the meeting, because depending on when you get there, there's always the chance that you meet one of the two groups there for the sale or not. So that is the info you are working with, and yeah, I don't know how you've agreed to meet back up, but there you go.
I just text each other, which if the plan was to text each other later, then we can jump back and be like,
Already back.
so we could jump back and be like, okay, so before we split up, I don't know if we want to make just like a text chat to, make sure that we can contact each other for when we're going to meet later. So, I, actually, I have I have, Revenant's number and I have Spec's number. You don't have to give me your phone number if you want to for or if you don't want to give it to me, you just want to give it to one of these guys, except then I guess I
I've
would also be in
already
the chat and I'd
got
have
it.
it. Great, then you could just add Ember to the text chat and we'll meet up later.
If he's cool.
Yeah,
with
it's
it,
like phone out. Oh, you didn't. Oh, okay.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's go. And that happened.
Perfection. No notes. What time are you all going to try to get there? And what kind of like pacing the place or anything? You have a plan of attack.
I was planning on flying to kind of scout.
Okay.
And
Like
if
that.
we can narrow it down, I can start shrinking in and like investigating the inside of warehouses.
Do you want to fly on me so you can also lend your eyes?
Oh wait,
I
who's
suppose I
That's
could.
like, all right. And what are the rest of y'all doing? Is it cowabunga time? You're just gonna break in the middle, or any sort of extra scheming underway?
I think Ember is sort of just waiting, like out nearby, but not too close, and watching for anyone who may be entering or leaving the place.
Gotcha.
As we're sort of casing it.
So yeah, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't want to be alone, and they're flying, and I also don't want to fly, so I am going to hang out with you, Ember.
Okay.
I
I
can't
would
fly. I
roll.
can jump pretty far though.
I can't do either of those things, but that's very cool that you can jump. Yep.
Roll a quick stealth or deception. I'll give you either one for this. To be nearby, but like very nonchalant, nondescript, not looking suspicious. There's
Oh,
a
I
like
actually have this.
residential area nearby, but it's still a little weird to just be standing near construction zone. So
Gotcha.
I have the same for both.
You said stealth or
use the
deception?
lower one of them. Yeah, stealth or deception.
It's +8 for both. There's no lower.
Use the lower
does
of the +8s, Kate.
Sure. Does it make a difference which one I do?
It doesn't. Roll with
Okay.
a plus Kate.
Hey, well, I don't want to roll
Had to
that
be done.
dice again. That's a 10 total.
In total,
I got
okay.
26 total.
Okay.
So
Plus eight to
that's
my
for
stealth.
par.
I was about to say, I don't even think stealth is like one of your things. You're just
Yeah, I have a +8 to it, and I'm just rolling really well on the die. I got an 18 on it.
it's gotta run out sometime. All right, are you sticking with that? Oh, you don't have another hero point, do you? No, you are sticking with that. Unless you want to buy a hero point from me. You don't have to. You don't have to. Your call.
I think this music is too much. I like having complications though. They're fun. So yeah, let's buy a hero point. Let's do it.
Okay. And for a brief moment, everyone flying, um, roll a perception check as you look down at the place. But you all feel um, a lot of worry suddenly, and there's a good chance that weird feeling was broadcasted a bit further than just.
Do
So
I
have a
reroll
hero
stealth?
point. You can
Or
reroll stealth. Yeah.
Devious Hearts just gave me a hero point. Thank you so much, but I will save
Hey.
that. I will hold on to that one.
There you go.
Okay, so
I'm
Now you
gonna
still
oh,
have an extra one left over. So what'd you
I
get?
rolled like the worst thing that I could roll for this because it's an 11 and hero point. If you roll under a 10, you get plus 10. Yeah, that's a shame.
So yeah, you got the.
But it's gonna be it's a 19 total, so that's
There you
not.
go.
Yeah, okay, all
Okay.
right.
No one sees you. But what did your perception checks get, guys?
I'm gonna use a hero point because I rolled really, really bad.
I must have missed it. No, it's just
Oh, sorry, you two from up in the sky.
I
perception.
rolled a nat 20, so 22.
Nice.
I'm gonna use a hero point. That was a 2 on the die.
I believe in you.
Nat 20 for a 26.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay. So about that time, you see
About that
whenever
time.
that wave of worry hits you, there's like shutters and stuff being moved on the warehouse. There's already people, at least one group of them are already in there, and they just got real spooked.
Oh.
Um, they all just felt real nervous. They're not sure why, but yeah, movements have begun. They are preparing much
Hey,
more
Bertram.
in earnest.
If you can
Bertram,
get me
does that look
down,
like it?
yeah, that's probably. If you can get me down to like maybe a higher up ventilation entrance, I could get in there and start taking a look.
Yeah, I was about
Sounds
to say
good.
we'll carry over this perception since you spent a hero point and everything for it, and he had already got that bird's eye view. I'll let that carry over for when you get in the ducks to look around.
Okay.
Nice.
I'll swoop down just to.
Roll a stealth though to get him close to it.
Okay.
You're a big
Yeah.
scary like dark blot in the sky.
That would be +3, so I rolled a 20.
20.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. They're not really looking out for you too much, and you swoop by really quickly and just drop the little dude on
Mm.
your new official hero name, the little dude.
He's
So
just a little
navigating,
guy.
navigating through the vents.
It's the inch high private eye. What was that? What Devious Hearts put in?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Spec, inch high, private eye. Very clever.
I like it.
He's Devious. You're on all our marketing stuff now. Thank you. You're just gonna run that for us. I'm shipping that off to you. But looking through the ducts, it's really easy to navigate through, and you see that there are boxes already set up. A few guys hanging around. It looks like this is one half of the deal. The other ones are not quite here yet. But very noticeably, moving one of the boxes, just adjusting it slightly, it looks like they care a lot about presentation, is someone in a gray like suit of power armor with the number 7 blazoned on the chest. And with that roll, I will say you also, looking further in, you're able to move around through the ducts a lot without even really having to hide particularly. So it takes a little time, but you look around and there is another one in there too in this armor. And there are people with like weapons and stuff, and you see that they like have all started kind of pacing around and like they're ready. These guys would be really hard to surprise now that they've been made nervous,
Mm.
but it is just half of the deal, it appears.
Now you said there was a second one in the power armor.
Yep.
Does
And
he have
that
a
one's
number on him too?
yes, his number is 6.
6.
Got a 6 and a 7 here.
Now, did they just paint themselves that to make us think that there's 5 other ones, or are there actually 5 other ones here? Maybe
Well,
not
you've
here.
got some expertise, I think. So if
I
you
think
want to
6
roll
is
like
afraid of 7, quite
some
honestly.
sort of knowledge, use your mental powers to make 6 afraid of 7.
I wonder why.
There's no telling.
Hmm.
I don't see,
Going
I don't
I
see mine
refuse the
anywhere.
joke. I'm closing the door.
you said you want me to
worst.
use my expertise?
Yeah, or just a general knowledge check, like an intellect, to know who these people are if you've heard of them.
Okay, and that's just rolling my intelligence, intellect.
Yep. Or if you've got connected or contacts.
Not for this.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm
If he
gonna
was less than a couple less than an inch tall, I could have some contacts.
send a text message to Marley and Ember saying like, we found the warehouse. Bertram's investigating. Oh, Marley, we're trending.
Those things are equally important.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I guess if you want to be a public hero, then the public presence. Sure.
I've only got the one
Cool.
hero point, right? And I've already used it, correct?
Yep.
Okay. That's 12.
12. I feel like you've heard of a group like this before. Can't remember the number of them, but you know they're part of a bigger group. Like, I know the 6 and 7 are actually like not just a fake out, which would be brilliant.
Alright.
And yeah, they all look ready to go.
Okay. I'll text the group and tell them lots of bad guys, power armor and things. They are very ready for something to go wrong.
And there are crates of merchandise of some sort.
There's some t-shirts.
Oh my god! I was just thinking we should get those, but
Should are we so like being sneaky so that they don't blast us all at once? I can say something in all of their heads. I just don't know what. Maybe if I just say maybe if I just like go wah, 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 like a alarm in their heads and then
like a duck
they
in
get
their
the fire
heads. Is
alarm
that?
and leave. Would that work?
It might be best to wait and see what people show up. So we can, stop two of them at once. That'd be a good idea, I think.
So we're
fair.
listening first. Okay.
Yeah, only
Alright,
half the
well-
party is here.
I'm actually, and I can also just connect our heads, I think, instead of the text chat. Should I do that? Can I do that, Claude? Is that something I can do?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, right. I'm gonna do that. Hold on. And then like phone down. Hi. Okay. Can you all hear me?
Yep.
Did you guys hear Revenant go yup? Did I do this right?
Yeah.
I think as soon as it happens, everyone just hears "Life is a Highway." Ember's head.
You would hear them say in the warehouse, the spec, that the guys should be here in like 15 or so minutes.
We got like 15 or so minutes. You guys want to do this just the four of us? We want to call the police or something, or
We should probably call them and have them on standby to make sure that they can move in as soon as we give them all a clear. I think it'd be too dangerous for them to show up if there's people with power armor here. I'm not sure if they're equipped to handle that.
yeah, you guys should be pretty good at breaking that stuff.
No, especially me.
Yeah.
Well, in that
I
case,
can talk in people's minds and read people's minds and make them sleepy.
Well, that's great. Sleepiness helps.
Mm-hmm.
Got
well,
it.
in
I
that
have
case, the time
one
will be
approved.
passing. Sorry,
Yeah.
will be will pass, and if you want to choose a plan of attack, or you're gonna spring out and get the people coming to buy, or attack the sellers. But no, there are basically we'll cut to when they're driving up so we can launch straight in.
If I may, actually, I'd like to have a moment because I think Ember wants to say something to Tracker here.
So cool.
Always
And
good.
but it's just like it's probably like a couple of minutes before it all pops down. But it's like he looks at you and he goes, "So, are you going to be a professional hero like your friends, or?"
I would love to not be. Um, it's just that if I don't intentionally read people's minds and emotions and use the powers, then they just happen on their own and it tends to be super inconvenient. So I try to use it in settings that, like this, that makes sense. But I don't want to be a professional hero. I don't even want to be a hero.
Well,
And I'm not a hero. I'm a villain, apparently. So that's great.
I wouldn't go that far, but just if I may, then why are you doing this?
Because it's kind of easier to be around Revenant and Spec than other people, because they kind of just get it.
That's
And also
fair
the whole,
enough.
if I don't intentionally use the powers, then they just become even more overwhelming than normal. Like, imagine just all of the emotions that already exist on a college campus, and then you're just getting all of those. And then the thoughts too. And that's just really hard.
Fair. Well, here I'll give you a piece of advice.
Sure.
Ready? Life is tough.
Complicated. Rough. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Sorry,
it's a
I'm
topic.
doing this like Mad Libs.
No, you're fine. Life is tough, and the addition of being a hero and saving people can add on to that toughness quite a bit. Quite a bit, honestly. And all I have to say is that if you want to be a hero, it brings about some good moments, some joy, but also can bring about some pretty intense times. You'll see things you don't want to, and you'll probably even do some things that you didn't think you ever would. But if you want to be a hero, saving people is always what matters. And above all else, whether you do or don't save people, you can always save yourself. And if that's hero enough for you, then that's hero enough for you. You be your own hero. All that.
Thanks.
Take a hero point. Being a hero.
Love that. Yeah. I've definitely gotten the intenseness from this. I'll try to find the enjoyment of saving people's side too. It was kind of fun when I got your confidence. That's so weird. It just rubs off. Also very weird. But thank you. That speech was very good.
The confidence comes from a lot of failures,
I
I've
should have so much
failed
confidence
many
by
times in my
now.
life. And the thing I've learned the most is that when you fail a lot and you know that you can always stand back up, and that's where the confidence comes from. And then at that moment, I think probably is Ember's is like, oh, eyes up, they're here.
And that's when they drive up. The old side doors roll up to let the van in. And yeah, whoa. How do you all approach? Bertram, you're actually in the building already. Yeah, let's where are we going? If anyone wants to set anything in place or activate anything, and then we'll go to initiative.
I would go in my head. Hey, Tracker, 2 questions. What is
Yes.
the most annoying song you know?
Gummy bear.
Okay. Are you able to like target?
Yes, I can.
group?
Yep. Everyone. Yep.
Well, not just everybody. Like, can you block us out of it?
We'll find out.
Because when the battle goes, it'll be awesome if that is playing in everybody's head.
What is this song? I don't know what it is.
Here, I'll start playing it for you. And Marley, immediately forgetting the assignment from Revenant to not do that, starts putting Gummy Bear out to us.
I must have missed this.
Oh. Yeah.
All right.
And I'll just be like, Ember, I'll wait for your signal when you're heading in. I'm just waiting on the roof.
I'll turn it off. Right off.
I'll try and sabotage some stuff maybe while I'm in here.
All right.
Okay.
So, OOC real quick. The plan is we'll just Ember will just walk in, and that's when everything will kick off. Is that what we're doing?
I like it. Works for me.
Well,
They've got like their
he's
door
very much
open
a
on the
capable
side.
jumper.
Yeah.
I think I'll wait specifically 2.5 minutes just for them to all get in there and then like be in any sort of compromising position that they may be in, because they're like making a deal or whatever and not expecting anything to happen. But I think while I'm waiting, I'll heat myself up, and I'll go to stage 2.
Joke.
How are you even hotter than you were before? Hurts.
It is a very intense time. The first, he rubs his hands together, and then immediately starts blowing in his hands, almost like if you're like holding tinder and trying to like get it to catch, is what he's doing, and you just feel there's a lot more steam rising off of him, and you may even see like tiny licks of flame here and there, few and far between. But
A little bit of grass in the area. Some of it just gets like, it doesn't get set ablaze or anything, but you can see it like get tinged black at the end. Where it's burning just a little bit. Sweltering.
it definitely smells like ash at this point, probably.
All right, and then walk in.
I jumped through a window.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's a huge crash, and we cut to a very stark panel of it shattering. The light gets a little more. It's now it's dark, but with crashing in, the moonlight comes in along with all the glass, and it's shining off the glass, very expressive. And you burst in, and immediately, everyone, give me initiative. I will be using group initiative for the very basic guys, big guys.
I think when I land in the room, I just say, I would start sweating if I were you. To everybody.
Truly cannot believe how many ones I have rolled tonight. And I'm switching dice. I promise I am switching dice.
Yeah,
It's because
rolled
my
an
dice were
18.
my dice were really good for my game last night, which means that, I'll
You used up all the
perfectly
juju.
balanced like all things should
Yeah.
be.
It's a big old 17 for me.
17. Ember. Bertram.
Wait,
What was that?
21.
Bertram. After it. And what was yours, Marley?
Nat 1 for a 9.
Wow, your initiative's so high.
It is so high, but I keep rolling nat ones.
I'd roll a
That's why we have
19 to get 21.
This is why we have a dice jail emote.
Absolutely.
Subs, enjoy your emotes in the chat.
I didn't forget the name of what I was nicknaming a thing. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
good.
Okay, so Bertram, you are actually first up.
Okay. From up where I'm at, is there perhaps maybe like, depending on the type of warehouse, there's some like lifted up cargo that I could
Say so.
perhaps knock down to like land on the power suit guy? Because like I
Ooh.
take it they'll be fine if they get hit by some heavy stuff. It might just knock them over. They might get stuck. I was
Gotcha. So you're
trying to
thinking like,
avoid the
yeah,
normal people. I
suspended
don't want to
machinery?
crush someone's spine or anything.
Good call. I'm sure they appreciate that. Yeah,
That's what a
I
good
would
guy
I'd
looks
say go
like.
for it. That's really clever.
Okay, I will
Just unhooking something and letting it
grab
fall,
my
basically.
boomerang. Yeah,
Ah, boomerang. Okay.
and I'll just let it go.
So I will have this as just an attack check against an object, but it is like basically like a chain hoist thing. So you're just hitting a certain thing to drop it with it.
Okay.
I've got a set DC for what that little thing you have to hit is. Toss that boomerang.
That is 25 on boomerang.
Ooh, incredibly accurate. Yeah. So in the middle of this, they're all talking. It's the typical posturing of like, you got the money, you got the, it seems like it's gonna go pretty quick. Like everyone's on board with each other. There's no haggling here. The prices are set. They're ready to get moving. And then all of a sudden, there's a creak, and then something really heavy falls from the sky and slams into one of the battlesuit guys. I will say, because they're at high alert, because they were put on edge by someone's mental wave of anxiety, you will get a chance to dodge this, as difficult as it might be. Okay, so with the noise, you see the power armor people look largely uninvolved with the sale. Like they're literally just there overseeing it. They're not making the exchange themselves. Like one of them was moving a thing earlier, but it looks like otherwise they're probably just hired help for the moment. And the first one, standing off to the side as the thing's about to hit him, looks up and tries to dodge to the side. You hear the little blast of his rockets taking off, but it still slams into his shoulder. Get a toughness check. Okay, solid start. This one is going to be working at a -1 to his toughness save.
I hope he's all right.
Dented into the arm. He seems fine, actually.
Okay.
It hits him, and like the weight of it is on him, and you see him kind of very easily shove that off him.
Bertram sort of looks. He's like, "Oh, thank goodness." And he's like, "Oh wait, I mean, I'm not supposed to." And then I'm gonna try and get real loud, and it's gonna be like, "All right, we got you all surrounded. Now's your opportunity to make this good and surrender now, so we don't have to hurt anyone."
Okay. The power armor, one of them turns and is kind of looking in the direction that the sound's coming from. Are you still tiny?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna see if they're able to find you when they look that direction, even with their sensor suite that they have.
Is that affected by my hide in plain sight?
You could roll a stealth real quick.
Okay, I've got a plus
add it to your turn.
18, just stealth.
Absurd. Absolutely absurd.
30.
30. So it calls in your direction. Come on out, and they've got their power things, and you hear the other power armor. You hear, let me just use their numbers. You hear 7 kind of curse, and she says, "Of course, there's someone here. Malakhov Mafia messed up, as expected." And you see them kind of like, "What are you talking about? We're solid. We don't always have this problem. Promise." And yeah, they kind of start arguing, but now they're looking around. They've got their guns, and At that time, Ember walks through the front door. Basically, now everything has kicked off. And after Bertram is Revenant.
All right. Is there a? Because I know some vehicles pulled in. Are there people still clustered around the vehicles?
There's some hanging out in the vehicles. Like one person is waiting in one of the trucks.
Okay.
And then basically they're standing middle school dance style on two different sides of the room almost, waiting to see who's gonna dance first. And yeah, so some of them are still by their car.
Okay.
The Molotov are still by there.
When I fly in, I'll kind of look at the car. Just kind of look at everybody and go, and Revenant has arrived. And I'm going to do a shadow burst area damage on the car itself,
Ooh.
which is 30 feet.
So it'll hit everything around the car too.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Well, the car is not going to dodge this, so the car is going to have to take the full thing. The guy in the car is also not going to get a chance to dodge this, we'll say, because it doesn't make sense for him to. But one person next to the car is going to attempt to dodge badly. And now 3 dodge saves. Car, driver, guy next to it. All right. You hear... oh, what does this look like?
It looks like fog of just pure shadow blackness that just explodes in the area. Almost kind of like the powder bombs that just explode, but it's just like the absence of complete light.
Oh, that's cool. Love that. Yeah, so there's a big like burst. You hear like the crack of the windshield, but also there's definitely structural damage to this thing. It's not completely destroyed, but it is broken. It's lost some function and has future toughness saves that it won't make. But the driver inside has passed out completely. He's slumped over the seat as like the pop was right next to him, and he hit the steering wheel. That's this thing. Hits the steering wheel, passes out, and the guy next to the car tries to dive out of the way, and like the last edge of the shadow hits him, knocks him on his back, and he's out too. That is 3 done. As an update for the Molotov, there were 5 of them here, and now there are 3 conscious.
Okay.
They have guns. They're ready to go. And then the other group that's making the sale has the 2 power armor and 2 other guys. Or sorry, 4 other guys. And they have fancier guns.
Okay. So that's
and
we have how many Molotovs?
3 left of them.
3 Molotovs, 2 power armors, and 2 gunners.
And 4 gunners.
4 gunners. Okay. I'll put that in our chat too.
Sweet. That brings us immediately to Ember. Is actually right after.
Lovely. So is there can I get to one of the people in the power armor?
Yeah, they're close enough where you could close that distance. You actually have decent speed and leaping too. So yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah, so I'm gonna whichever one of them is closer, I'm gonna go right over to them and you let me know if I can do this. Instead of attacking them outright, what I'm gonna do is lay my hands on them and see if I could make it hot for them.
Gotcha. So, you want to do a grab on it?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll make this function as a grab. And yeah, so you'll just roll that you're fighting or close. If you have close combat, grab.
Yes. And it's at is it at -2 or -4? Like, does it stack? Or...
-4 now.
Okay, lovely.
The damage is
It's gonna be a good time. Yeah. Ooh. That's gonna be puts me at it's gonna be a 16 then.
16. As you rush and grab him, he is able to kind of push you away and this is 6 that you're going after. We'll say 6 is the one that has taken the hit already. So 6 is there, and yeah, you are not able to get your hands around him, unfortunately. Shrugs it off.
Next time.
They're they seem pretty capable. We got a decent group here, and now it's actually his turn. So I decided to have him be the one that you got. So he turns, and you see he gets ready to like aim a beam at you, and then he's like, you know what? No, let's do this close up, and he just rears back and punches you with his power armor, or attempts to. All right. Does a 19 hit? That'll be your
This is
parry plus 10.
parry. My parry plus 10 is a 22.
It just barely misses you. Yeah. Swings wide, and you can see him kind of adjust. Like, okay, this is gonna. He puts up his dukes. This is also a fighter for sure.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Where's Marley right now? Did she enter just behind him?
Yeah, I feel like the way that Ember really came through the door very big, Marley just kind of walks in also. Marley's
Hands in
just like-
pockets, just
Marley's
All right.
like, oh.
So we
like
will
trying
split.
to, yeah, like trying to
split
be
the-
sneaky, but she's not.
We'll split the gunners up, firing at one of each of the ones they can see, and they'll do a second one at Revenant since they can't shoot at Bertram. Sorry, Revenant.
Okay.
One else gets short end of the stick. All right, we'll go with Revenant's first. First gunner, it's a 17 to hit your dodge.
oh, dodge. I have a high dodge. So it's dodge plus 10?
Yep.
20.
20.
Nice.
First one misses. Second one, nat ones. Big ol' miss. And then one will fire at Ember. I already know yours. Also misses. These guys to roll just a little bit higher. They keep just barely doing it. And the other one turns and fires at Marley. And
So rude.
guessing a 9 doesn't hit you.
So my dodge is 10/6. Either way, it doesn't hit. Cool.
Doesn't hit. 6 whenever you're not using your protection you have.
Oh, that amulet. Cool, cool. Thank you.
So, no worries. So, that takes us past them. What a whiff of a turn for those bad guys. And that brings us all the way. I wrote this in a way that I hate. That's actually to Marley.
Whoever tried to shoot at me is taking a nap. Great. Maybe. They'll have to roll for it.
All right.
And I'd be like, this is about to be very confusing because I'm trying to put you to sleep, but also everyone else is about to be really annoyed, so you actually have it lucky, I promise you.
And this one, he's got his laser pistol pointed at you. He just fired, and you just see, like, he just goes limp.
Oh, complete. Wow, it's usually not that easy. All right, you sleep so well and dream of Gummy Bear Land? Because now everyone else is getting the Gummy Bear song.
So these guys, for your mechanical edification, are minions, is what we've just witnessed. They take the worst degree. So if they fail hard. You took out one of them. Anything else? Keep in mind, you also have, everyone has the option to extra effort to do another thing. They just will have to buy off the fatigue with hero points, or just by taking fatigue for doom.
Yep.
Good. Okay. Yeah. Is that it for Marley?
For now. Yeah.
Okey-doke. After Marley is number 9. Not number 9. 9 in initiative. But they are number 7. I wrote their names as numbers, and that was the wrong move. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Is my list now 3 gunners because 1 is sleeping?
Correct.
So 3 Molotov still, 2 power armors, 3 gunners.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah. So do you do a very Jean Grey or Professor X reach out your hand when you make someone fall asleep, or what does that look like for you? Can't remember how much subtle is on yours if you have to do something or not.
Let me see if it says subtle. It does say subtle. Insidious and
Okay.
subtle. So yeah, so she just says what she says, that I promise you have the better end of this deal.
Oh,
I think
man,
she
I
would
was
probably
hoping,
say that in the mind, I guess. Yeah.
I was
Alright,
hoping
in
you were going to
that
do
case,
like a choreographed dance to Sandman.
and in that case, they don't
If we
think to
partner with
immediately
a
target you.
if we partner with a dance hero, Marley will pick up some dance moves.
I'll talk
I'm
to
getting
some people.
targeted. I feel
No,
so
you're
targeted.
not. You're not because of the subtle thing. So the power armor person
Yay.
is actually going to go for Revenant because he's my target when no one else is taken until
Yeah.
Bertram is visible.
I'll never be visible.
Oof. Does a 27 hit you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you're gonna roll a toughness,
All right.
and you're shooting for 24.
Ooh,
Um, This is a big blast of power.
Um, trying to do math. I got a 23.
Okay.
oh wait,
Well,
did you
Wait,
ever utilize
is
that
it
plus
power?
2 that
Is
you were
it an-
gifted?
It's for intimidation.
it is
Which I'm not doing
specifically
right now.
intimidation.
Is it an energy attack?
Yes.
I can redirect it
So
if I can try to do that.
for that
'Cause I-
one, it is one of your alternate effects. So you would
Yeah.
have to be doing that instead of the big burst that you did.
Oh, so I would just like have to hold it?
Yeah. But we can let you do it this time at the cost of a hero point if you like.
Okay, definitely.
Okay. So you've got deflect and redirect on it.
Yeah, redirect and deflect.
Okay, so roll, and you'll add their bonus to hit with this,
Oh,
which
okay.
is plus 11. So,
I rolled
and then describe what that looks like, because it's pretty neat.
I rolled a 17.
Rolled a
So it
17,
would
28 total.
Oh yeah. So it would be like shadows from under the car that it's casting would suddenly swoop out from underneath the car and just smack it and redirect it at the other power armor.
Nice. Oh, you're actually sending it to the one that's fighting with Ember too.
Yep.
Amazing. Okay, cool. So gotta do some math here. So it takes the blast and gets another -1. This guy's rocking a -2 as he gets hit. From what you can tell, these guys have pretty legit armor actually. They're taking what they're able to dish out for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah. They're no slouches for sure. That gets through Marley, that gets through them. Malakov. So there's 3 of these guys left, and they have pistols. One of them runs up and starts messing with one of the crates immediately because he's like, this is not going to get the job done. He's like fighting with the crate, trying to get it open with a crowbar that's nearby. That eats up his turn. One of them turns and shoots at Marley with a normal pistol.
Why would you do that? I'm just playing gummy bear in all of your
Oh,
minds.
And another nat 1. The dice
Oh.
don't want me to hurt Marley, as it turns out.
Yay!
And
You
the
can't
other
just
one
shoot the normal person.
we'll fire his gun at Ember because I feel like I've sent too many to Revenant.
Truly the normal person. We have like a shrunk little person, we have like this fire person, we have the shadow person, and then it's just Marley. She's just there.
Does a 21? I already know. 21 just misses by 1, doesn't it?
Yeah, just
All right.
barely. I imagine. Can
Go
the
ahead.
bullet like have melted just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah. I love
so
that.
it doesn't, it just bounces off.
Yeah, that's perfect. And that brings us back to Bertram. How's
Oh,
it hanging?
hello. Remind me here. Assessment is a standard action, right?
No, it's actually a free action I've discovered.
Oh, that's great. Can I use
I thought that was a
assessment
house rule, but it's for
on-
reals.
Oh, that's great. Can I use assessment on these power armor guys?
You certainly can. That is a secret roll.
A secret roll. I love secret rolls.
So
I'm
I
plus
can
Secret
7.
secrets, they're not great unless you share them all with Kate.
just had that ready to go.
I've had that since first
I'll
grade.
never share my secrets with you.
Possibly earlier.
So I will make that insight for you if you tell me the bonus.
7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta check a thing real quick. What do I need? Target's deception is. I like that they're like, hey, play a little mini game with assessment on your own, GM. Like, why
Hold
not?
on, guys. Let me make 6 rolls real quick.
Okay, so you won, and I can tell you which assessment will give you the target's attack and defense bonuses relative to yours. So what is your toughness?
Oh, well. My toughness is 7. Nope, sorry. 5/2.
Higher than yours.
Oh, wow.
I know, because I know your stats enough, that its dodge and parry are lower than yours. So it's definitely shifted more in the toughness direction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
that matters. And because you got one additional degree of success, you can know exactly one of their defensive bonuses. Which one would you like to know?
Oh, the exact number?
Yep, I can give you the exact number of one of their defenses. So parry, dodge, fortitude,
when
or
Ember
toughness.
attacks, what they roll toughness against it when they get hit?
Yeah,
What's
they
their
roll
save?
toughness to hit it, and he rolls to hit their parry.
Okay, what's their parry?
Their parry is 9.
9. Okay, so that would
Exactly
okay.
9. So you can plan your attacks accordingly.
And then, boy, I'd like to aid.
Okay.
So, Ember was attempting to grapple, or did you successfully grapple one of the power suit guys? Is that right?
He had attempted
tried
but
to,
failed.
yeah.
Okay, I'd like to aid your next attempt to attack. To do like a melee attack / grab.
I like that. So roll whatever attack you would be using to aid this, basically.
Okay, and I
It's
get
a-
a
it's a-
+5 to this for teamwork.
Yep. Because it does make the dream work. Really.
This is true.
Heck yeah.
It's been proven scientifically.
All right.
Athen.
Yeah. 31. With my boomerang.
All right.
Since they're
yeah.
a little not as dodgy, I'd like essentially I'm gonna flavor as trying to kind of trip them up, while Ember attacks with the boomerang hitting their legs.
Yeah, that works. It'll foul up his aim. For your knowledge, Ember, you have a +5 circumstance bonus to your next attack.
Lovely.
And I
Lovely.
think that takes my whole turn.
Yep. That's your move. That is your. It is now Revenant's turn.
Okay. I'll look at the guy who shot at Marley and go, "You should not have done that," and shoot him with a Shadow Blast.
Right.
Which I think the Shadow Blasts themselves look more like liquid shadow
I like
flying
that.
from my hands. I have to roll for that, I'm sure.
Ready to rock this toughness roll.
What do I add to this? The +3, I believe. Right?
it's more than that.
How is it?
If I've got your sheet on. I thought I had them all pulled up because I remember saying that I did, but lying liar. What's your total though?
I rolled an 18.
I can let you know that before adding, an 18 will hit this guy.
Okay.
But yeah, why is your Shadow Blast listed as +3? I will need to figure out what's going on there.
Okay, I thought it was higher before, but I figured you fiddled with something.
It definitely will. Oh, I know exactly what I did. You have a +8 to that.
Oh, okay. So,
When I made the change to it, I didn't apply it to the
oh,
that power. So yeah, you have a +8. That hits. I also, since looking at your power, know what your DC is, and there is a tragic truth about this character in that it cannot roll high enough to survive this hit. With your DC 27 blast,
Dang.
yeah, the inky black hits him in the chest, sends him sprawling back, and he is just unconscious.
okay. I'll look at Tracker and nod.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okie dokie.
And that was one of the Molokovs that comes off the list.
Yep.
So we are now
About
down
to adjust it too. Yep.
to 2 Molokovs, 2 power armors, 3 gunners, or did I miss something?
Nope, that's what I have.
That's it.
Sweet.
That's it, and we're back to Ember.
So I have a +5 for this, and I'm
Attack, yeah.
also gonna all-out attack.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you're gonna miss. Yeah.
Yes, I'm going for it. This person is like, "Oh, we're gonna fight." I'm like, "Oh, okay." It's the. Anybody ever seen that Mission Impossible movie with Henry Cavill? It's
Load your arms.
Yeah,
I love it.
that's what happens.
I'm about it. I'm
popping
about
off.
it.
And I'm just gonna attack. I believe all out attack adds, what is it, a plus? What was it again?
5 +5 to hit.
Lovely. So I'm adding 10 to this then,
You can do it.
on top of what I already have, right? Correct.
Yep.
All right, lovely. So that's gonna be. Oh, this is gonna be wonderful. That is a. That's a 25 before I add my attack bonus, which is at this point a 12.
Yeah, that's a hit.
37.
That is undoubtedly a hit. If you had multi-attack right now, this would be the most damaging hit. Okay, that's a hit, and I'm gonna roll toughness on that. Your DC at this point, I can do math again. I think is a 23. Ooh, do I? With all the stacking you just did, I am not going to steal that from you by re-rolling this. But I want you to know that this man rolled a nat 1 against this 23. You see, he's got high toughness, so this might not take him out entirely. And it doesn't. Yeah, he takes another. Oh shoot, hold on. Forgot he was more hurt than just that. So he is staggered by this because he has already taken 2 hits before that. Staggered leaves him impaired, hindered, and also if he gets staggered again, he's out. So yeah, either a knockout, but now it only takes staggered a second time to put him down. That is it.
And question: the move by action advantage I have, is that for moving, like physically, like moving, or is that like because I noticed one of my powers have the move action activation. So does that count for that also?
It would just let you do it before or after, but you haven't used your move. You can choose to move or do that move action to further activate.
Oh yeah, I'll just I will increase the heat a little bit more.
Crank it up.
Oh,
After
boy.
that. 'Cause I'm feeling myself after that one. This was a really good one. And I just yell out a mental thanks to Bertram.
And
Much obliged.
Marley, this is the highest version of this emotion now. You've reached the pinnacle, and it is just like confidence of I am untouchable. If I want to do
Incredible.
something, it will be done. It's just the ultimate like feeling yourself energy right now.
Love it.
It's like, oh, what's a kami? Basically God, but I'm still here. It's the same. It's the same energy he's putting out. Like, I know what he's talking about. That's me.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
All right. So this guy squares up. I'm going to give you a hero point. But I needed to re-roll this. It's just not right if he doesn't hit back on this one. So he takes that huge hit. He turns and swings with a 22 to hit you. I believe is exactly right.
Yeah. That's exactly what you mean. Yeah.
And then two things happen right now. So he hits you, and you have to make that toughness check.
Mhm.
And at the same time, so he's got his power armor beneath, like down here is more like glove stuff that's like wearing it so he can articulate and everything. That starts melting as he impacts you and takes your reaction fire damage. You have reached the point where your heat is enough to affect him back. So he punches you, you take a toughness, and he does a toughness save. Well,
Lovely. Wonderful times. That's a natural 20 for me.
of course it is. So he turns back, taking your hit. He does the
Just love me tonight.
little, head nod like, yeah, it was pretty good, but check this out. And then he stalks you back and nothing happens. Except he gets a burn on his hand as he takes another -1 to his saves from punching you.
What? Just to add insult to injury, can I use a hero point for an instant counter?
So I will allow so instant counters usually like you're countering whatever move he's doing, you don't get to hit back. But I will say with your turns as close as they are in initiative, and we're just going on coolness at the moment, I will let you burn a reaction for another punch. If you wanna just heck this
yeah.
dude.
Boomerang's
just-
always come back, so you should get like another +5, right?
I love that you tried. No.
Oh man.
Alright, so the third stage of my unarmed is a +10 instead of the 16 that I start with.
Yep.
But I rolled a 14 on the die. This is a 24.
24 hits, and now your DC is 25 because you're at full power.
Yeah, it's a good time.
And with that, a second stagger is suffered. There's just a quick exchange of blows. You see these two guys just wailing at each other, but one of them's making ground and the other one is very much not. And he just starts slowing and falls to the ground.
Who's that? Is that one of the
Yes.
power armors down?
Yup.
Heck yeah.
We're down to 1 power armor.
One power armor. Not looking pretty.
Well, can we really see their face? I don't know if we can tell. Maybe they're really nice.
He does not
I
have the
haven't talked to
attractive
them either.
advantage, so I will say he is not. It's not pretty under there right now, and it's a little melty. Melt his face. The armor got a little melty. He's in pain under there, but he's got a face, guys. Calm down.
It's not the goo from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
So we've got our guys with the blasters now. We're seeing that things have taken a turn, and they're all gonna fire at Ember now. Well,
That's
let's send
fair.
one at Revenant. Actually, we'll still do one at Revenant.
Okay.
Because I can't stop shooting.
Revenant's gonna
at him,
be
really.
sad if people don't think he's a threat.
It's the attention.
It's the attention. 3 goes to Ember, and only 1 goes to Revenant.
So he whiffs, The one at Revenant fires and not happening. They're like, this deal should not be going down this way. The second one just barely misses Ember as well. Apparently losing their big hired gun was pretty defeating.
I think it's the Gummy Bear song playing in their heads on loop.
But then we get a
Mr.
23 to hit as one of them levels his
This
little
guy really likes
blaster
Gummy
and
Bear.
lets loose at Ember. That's going to be a DC 20 for you.
Oh, lovely. And I'm using toughness here.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Whoa. So that I'm using a hero point because this is net one.
Gotcha. Understandable.
You know what? I'm just going up on the die because it's a 2.
Well, so if you roll the 2 on the hero point, it'll count as a 12 total.
Oh, lovely. So there you go.
So 12 with an 8, you tank it. The blast hits you. It's kind of lost in the sheen of the heat coming off of you, but there's a laser blast as well that's trying to get in the mix unsuccessfully. Doing great, though. I'm bleeding all those hero points off of y'all finally. Now I just need more power armor, guys. That's what I need. And we move on from them to Marley.
I, Hero Master. When we were talking about what
That's
things.
called?
I'm in charge.
Fair enough.
Don't you forget it, Claude.
When we.
I'm off the show.
When we
It was
were-
that quick. I tried, guys.
No, you can stay on. Just accept that this is your title now. Game Master. When we were talking about what Marley does and does not have right now, can she, and I can spend a hero point for this, be able to actually use her
Power stunt?
mental blast in this moment? And the
I'll allow
way
it.
I'm going to describe this is it is that Jean Grey moment as she is feeling the confidence and heat from Ember, and also thinking about that talk that Ember had with her. I think what she's focusing on right now is that there are moments when it can be fun, and also about protecting your friends and yourself, because she is seeing these people, attacking her friends and her, and saving people can just be saving you and your buddies. So she's going to pull that heat and that confidence from Ember to herself and blast it out as a psychic blast.
Ooh, it's the target.
Mental blast. DC 23, alternate resistance will, damage 8. That's what it says.
Oh, who do you want to
I don't
hit
know if
with it?
Oh, I hit one person?
Yes.
Sure.
Who would be the one?
Whoever Ember is fighting. I'm throwing it there.
The one that just shot at him with the laser?
Sure.
His power armor guy dropped. So yeah, the one that
Oh.
just managed to hit him, or do you want
Yeah,
the other
let's do
power
that.
armor guy? Okay.
Or if there's someone that looks like they're close to down.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit the one that just hit Ember. That's cooler narratively. We're gonna do that.
Yeah, he levels, he fires. The hit is just like deflected off him basically, and then what does it look like when someone is hit with all the mental energy of "I got this"?
I think it is like confidence radiating from Marley that is probably shocking to the other person. Like, it's a look of surprise and astonishment, and then just like kind of a crumble, or not a crumble, but like a, less confident. Maybe a crumble. It could be a crumble. It could be a, wow, she's got this. I don't know. So good with words. That's why I'm playing Tracker.
I got it. No, that's perfect. Yeah, he fires, and then you basically turn to him and say no in the most emphatic way possible.
And I think it is that. I think it's just for all the words that Marley throws around, it just looks and says no. And very Jean Grey, Scarlet Witch.
His eyes roll back and he just drops. It is done. The one person, The last power
And then
armor
Marley
person-
looks at the guy who's just dreaming of Gummy Bear Land that she put to sleep in the first round and was like, remember when I said you were the lucky one? Wow.
So it goes next in initiative to the last power armor person, Lucky 7, who assesses the situation. She can see that things are not going their way. Sees a bunch of heroes around her who are very likely to make heroic decisions. Charges up her power armor, points it towards the window, and blasts. As you see the construction equipment outside the area, the warehouse where they were meeting, that there's a big crane as part of that, and across from that is an apartment complex. She blasts it. You hear the cracking, the crumbling of the metal. And she turns to you all and says, make the heroic choice. I trust you. And flies, grabs her dude, the other power armor one, and starts taking off. You have opportunities to react, but there is a house in danger, 100%. There's still a couple people with guns, and there are bad guys fleeing the scene. They're definitely out of here. So, what is your choice narratively? Depending on if you want combat to continue, that'll keep going. If not, I'll drop initiative as you figure out what's going on.
Marley would immediately look to Revenant and say, if you can fly me over to get just a view, I can tell people what a safe escape route is for them to take to get out of the building.
Yeah. I'll nod and then hook her and yell for Bertram to hop on. I have no idea where he is. I just assume he's nearby.
Before that, Bertram's actually going to try and throw his boomerang to see if he could possibly, like, stop this person from being able to fly away.
Okay.
Like, if they could get in there and mess with that system, since he's had time to assess their power armor, he's able to just do that and knock it down. Because Bertram's sitting there like, he probably can't do too much in a burning building situation. But he's doing what he can help right now. If that works for you.
Yeah, that will go. Roll. I'll let you. You can do this as just an attack with your boomerang, or if you want to make this a technology. Both are going to be at a kind of circumstance penalty because it's a tricky thing you're trying to do. But yeah,
Only technology
that
is
choice.
0, so
Probably don't use the technology. That would be my recommendation.
how about a 29?
A 29.
I rolled a 19.
So
on
getting
the
ready
die
to
again.
make her escape, she grabs, takes off. You throw your tiny little boomerang into the systems here. The boomerang will be safe as it is indestructible. And
Yes.
yeah, there's suddenly sparking. She loses her flight and kind of crashes into one of the like catwalks of the warehouse and falls. So she's fine. The flight is knocked out for like at least a second, and she's grabbing. She's still trying to get the guy out of there.
As Revenant, called out, Bertram, hop on. I'll be like, I'm not gonna be much help there. I'll try and talk this person down or something.
Gotcha.
And he's gonna start leaping towards the power suit.
Ember, I believe, would try to stop the whatever it is from falling on the apartment complex.
Okay.
So, whatever it is, it goes towards its base. It just tries to yank
All right.
it back.
So roll me strength, and basically you are holding this thing up. It's roll and add your strength, which is at a 10.
Is that a 10 at the moment?
Yep.
Lovely.
Full strength, which is an absurd amount of
Cool.
lifting.
All right, I have one more hero point, I believe.
You do.
You could do it.
So I'm gonna use it because that was also a nat 1, and I don't think
Oh my
that's
goodness.
I think that's a good place to get a nat. Oh, it's a nat 1 again. No, wait, no, that's a
Oh.
7. Sorry.
Oh,
I
oh
was gonna be
man.
like, can I give you my hero point?
So that turns it into a 17. And then with your 10, you've got a total of 27. Also, at your
Nice.
current strength, you have 25 tons of lifting at the moment. Um, so you're bracing yourself, holding onto this huge, heavy piece of equipment, and basically each turn you try to hold it, the DC is gonna climb as its weight is pulling away. But right now you've got it. Yeah,
A lot of hero points. So I'm just
all the
gonna,
hero points
as
have been
I'm
bled off.
Yeah.
as I'm holding it, I'm just gonna, in my mind, to Revenant and Tracker, like, make it quick. I can't hold it for long, and then just holding it back as much as I can.
And yeah, tell me what the rescue effort like.
I'm
I
gonna
will.
put um tracker somewhere where she can see,
Hmm.
and I'm just gonna try to fly in because I can fly 0.5 miles per hour, so I'm assuming I'm super fast, and just try to grab people out into safety and listen for tracker to tell me anybody she sees in immediate danger.
And I'm basically just doing comms where it's like I'm using like, so I have open comms with Revenant for when he's saying like this is where I am, and I'm just like as many people as possible that I communicate with, like this is where the hero is, this is where the exits are, this is how you get yourself out safely, um, and just kind of doing that communication
Fantastic.
so that
I
yeah,
will
hopefully as many
say,
people in the possible in the building can hear me.
people start tearing out of there. It's like not a hugely populated area, which is great. Um, but it is people that like need a lot of assistance, and they all band together to help get each other out of there. Very tight knit area. Um, Back in the warehouse, as this is being done, the strain of holding that, the lucky number 7, as it were, is going to take off. Unfortunately, Bertram, unable to stop her from running, but she does have to leave behind number 6.
Mm.
One of this group is stuck, and you are able to talk down the remaining people with guns who were clearly outgunned. Yeah. So I would say if you want to do, she's taking off. 7 is going to make a run for it. Leave her allies. Is there anything you want to say to her? Um, yeah. And also take a
Um,
hero point because I am feeling letting one escape on you. So
okay.
for being a good sport, I will throw you a hero point. Although it is the
Is there
end.
anything I want to say to her as she's escaping?
Yeah,
Mhm.
or
Oh,
any last things you want to take care of in that scene, because you're really the last one left with the crate and the people. As you're kind of managing that scene, you can kind of flavor it how you want. If you want to take down the other guys with the guns while they're saving the day, you get this moment.
I'll just like throw my boomerang that knocks all their weapons into one area out of their hands and such,
Love it.
and just kind of grow back to normal size and just be like, all right, now let's just all sit down here, and the authorities will be here any second now, and we'll just yeah, we'll just keep this all peaceably if we could.
All right, solid. Yeah, and in not too long, the authorities will in fact be there. But you have all rescued this building full of people. I would say as it's closing down, the Malakhov Mafia has been locked up. This mysterious group of sellers is also going to be taken in, along with one of these power armored people for him. But as you're getting that, Marley, get a little ping in your head. Or actually, you all do, but it feels weird to Marley because this is someone else using mental power. So all of you
Ooh.
is rather inconvenient that you have interrupted this sale. suggest in the future you stay out of my
Out of my what?
affairs.
Ah.
Marley, this is another telepath.
Yeah, I think this is. Curly? Would you say that this is the first time that Marley's heard another telepath? I think
I
it's
would
still
think
going by
so.
tracker too. This is it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This is a thought being projected in your head, not you skimming one off the top or anything.
Yeah.
This is
so I
someone
think
talking to you.
Marley's going to say, "Let us know who you are, so we know whose way to stay out of."
That's wise. I notice you're talking back. Very familiar sort of way. So I'll leave you this knowledge, telepath. You would do well to stay out of the way of Koshé the Deathless.
Thank you. Putting that in our chat.
And as a little bit of extra knowledge for you, the people here that you've rounded up, my men, they will tell nothing to them, because they will not remember having ever worked.
You erase thoughts.
And it's silent. It does not respond to you.
Dude, that's a power for you to learn.
I mean, there's
And
some
with
of my own
that-
I might want to take away, but I wouldn't want to do that to other people.
And with that, the first episode of Origins will come to a close as the heroes
man.
are on scene. Things are closing up. Some villains have been put into place, and we have some heroes on the board. Thank you all for listening. I guess we can launch into outros. Everyone, all the characters here, will receive a PowerPoint for future stuff. It's a little weird because there's some prequel storylines, so the points will go somewhere in the timeline. Don't you worry about it. And everyone listening, go ahead and take a hero point just for your edification and the goodness of your life. You know, just go out there, spend hero points, be a hero, earn more. I will, launch into who we are. We'll start with, I guess we'll end with Kate. So
Well, I'm
this
actually going
time,
to start a little bit too. I'm going to take it from you. So, while we're doing our outros, if you would like to enter the giveaway still, just type hero in the chat. And we are giving away PDF access codes to the Hero's Handbook and the Reign of Cats and Dogs, which is actually how this group came together. A little adventure module by Green Ronin Publishing for Mutants Masterminds 3rd edition. So if you have not already, type hero in the chat to enter that. I'm going to pull our winner at the end. And then for me, I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, and also don't kill my character. I was in the chat as DKMC RPGs tonight. You can find me with all those socials. I'm going to be tossing them up here as well while we're chatting. The next time you can see Superhero Origins Issue 2 is going to be Saturday, November 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. On this very same channel, we'll have some same characters and some new ones. And to get the information on that, to be the first to know, jump on into our Discord and also follow us on social media. But please, if you want to enter that giveaway and have not already done so, and you're watching this live on Twitch, just type hero into the chat while we continue talking about ourselves. And I'm going to pass it over to Grant to do so.
My name's Grant. You can find me at Meredith on most socials. Threads is probably the best. If you want to just chat, tons of geeky stuff. I love everything. Fantasy, Star Wars, all the fun stuff. Other than that, great night hanging out with you guys.
Absolutely great night. Thank you. All right, let's talk it over to Extel.
Hello, everybody. I'm Extel. I have been Leo King, aka Ember, here. It's been a fun time. I love this game. I love playing with y'all. It's a great time. This is a wonderful moment. You can catch me at King on all the socials. A few things is that I'm actually in a Star Wars AP every other Saturday, which today was our today was our session. There's 2 tables, a Jedi and a Sith table. I'm at the Sith one. It's a good time.
I love that.
Where can we
and that's
find
over.
that? I'll give a shout out to the channel.
You can check that out at Tales from the Table Studios. It's a wonderful time. TFTT on socials. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. I've played a lot of games with them, and it's fantastic. And the Star Wars one is just it's a great time. Today's session in particular was just wild, ups and downs all around. So it was wild. We can also catch me on TTN. For All Our Faults, the podcast, a Monster Hearts podcast, which is an intense time. I play a werewolf skin, and it's wonderful. I believe a new episode just aired recently, so you can check that out on Spotify, other places, I believe. But let's see. There's another thing I got going on, but I can't. Oh, you can check me out and start playing. I have I have a few games available to join. Both of them World of Darkness, one vampire game on Sundays, one werewolf game on Fridays. So check it out. It's a wonderful time. And also one last thing is that my partner just released a wonderful game called 16 Mice Solve a Mystery. So if you want to play some mice who solve mysteries, go check out my partner's Ko-fi. Rosie's Little Things, I believe it is on Ko-fi. It's a wonderful time.
Love that.
I love
Maybe
small
we'll play
detectives.
it on
Mm.
the channel. Sam, go
Yeah.
ahead and tell us about you.
All right. Well, I'm Sam Sarver. Gonna be here on this more often, I guess.
Yeah.
If you want to hang out with me more and some other people, you can come check me out on the Atomic Broadcasting Network, podcast network that I help run, and you can find me on The Written and the Lost as a player there. It's a weekly Pathfinder 2e audio show every Monday. You can find me on running a Delta Green horror show called Records of the Unknown, a seasonal show on the Atomic Broadcasting Variety Hour. And if you want to follow me on Threads, I'm at server.sam. I talk comic books, Warhammer, mostly those 2 things. But I have a really good time about it.
Great. All right, Claude, tell us about you.
I am Claude AKA CurlyInsaneGuy, and I have been your GM for today. You can find me on Threads, CurlyInsaneGuy_. I talk about comics and tabletop RPGs, and usually the intersection of those 2 great tastes that taste great together. And I'm so happy to be able to bring this story here today with everyone. You're all wonderful players and a wonderful audience, so thank you so much for being here, and we're happy to bring you more stories in the future.
Yes. Oh, getting so close to my tagline too. But before we do the tagline, we're going to get some winners for those. So I'm going to roll our giveaway. And from Canto001 is one of our 2 winners of the PDFs. Congratulations. What you can do is message DM our chat here, DKMC RPGs, give me a whisper. I'll get those codes to you. And then our second winner is going to be New Age Geeks. Yay, Joe! And I'm going to do a
Nice.
shout out for Joe anyway, because Joe, aka New Age Geeks and New Age Cosplay, has been running the stream in the background. So thank you so much, my dear darling, for doing that. And that is it for us for now. We're going to close out the stream and then raid into our very good friend Slayer Case, who came in and helped with that hype train in the beginning. So thank you to everyone for being here and watching. Thank you to everyone who subbed, chatted, gifted, gave points. Hope to see you again here soon, because there are always more stories to tell. We're gonna wave goodbye so that Joe knows to close the stream. Bye.